Welcome to the Video Game Book Club. I'm Savvy.
I'm Elise.
And we read Metro 2035, which is the final installment of the Cult trilogy, and the last one in the whole series that he made. And he burned it all to the ground.
Yeah, we loved the first one.
Mm-hmm. We skipped the second one because there isn't a game related to this. This one is,
What is this game supposed to be?
This is supposed to be Exodus.
Not Exodus.
This is supposed to be Exodus. Exodus was based on this one. Exodus is like a happier version of the events of this one, which is crazy because like basically nothing.
There is no train.
Except for maybe the beginning that happens from this book that transfers over to Exodus. I thought this was Last Light. Apparently that's not the case. And Last Light canon to the books? Because, like, he does get married to Anna.
All of these games, like, converge into one for me. It's so hard for me to remember what happened in what game.
Last Light's when he meets his wife and also meets a guy named Pavel from the communist side. And he's, like, your enemy in that game. And you have a Dark One baby.
Oh, yeah, it's the Dark. So that's the
Dark One baby.
That's the second game, yeah.
And you clothe it and you treat it well. I don't know
You gotta take it back to the dark ones.
You take it back to the dark ones.
The dark ones aren't extinct.
So then this is a different universe? This is like both.
Because the dark ones, there's no more dark ones.
Yeah, the games and the books are like separate completely.
Yeah. Well, because the book came first and then they made the video game. And then isn't this inspired by the video game?
Yeah, I think he liked the second one and then this was inspired by that, which is why I thought it was Last Light, but it's not. It's Exodus. But it's not Exodus.
It's not Exodus.
It's like if Exodus sucked.
Which I
didn't finish Exodus.
I also didn't finish Exodus because I got to the part with the bear and I didn't have any ammunition and I couldn't go back because you can't leave. So I'm forever stuck with this bear.
It was kind of doomed from the start because I didn't like Exodus starting this book.
I actually liked the beginning of Exodus.
I didn't mind Last Light, but I didn't like Exodus. So when I found out that this book, when we started it, was Exodus, because it starts with him being like, I heard something on the surface or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was like, uh-oh, it's my least favorite Metro game. Oh, brother.
And it's also going to be one of our least favorite reads of this year, so much so that you didn't even finish
it. This is my first DNF for this book club. I couldn't get through past chapter 14.
And that's like halfway through the book. So
I got exactly halfway through. And then I couldn't take it anymore. And we'll get to that point, and then it'll just be Elise telling you what happens, because I just read the wiki. I couldn't do it. The bastardization of Artyom. My boy, my son, my lad.
He super sucks in this book.
He sucks. It felt like Dimitri over here just like wanted to end it on like burn everyone to the ground, make everybody suck ass.
Like, yeah, it really felt like he was burning his IP to the ground of like, haha, try to make a game out of this, suckers.
Or like, I don't want to do this anymore. Mm-hmm. I just want to work on games.
Well, he has other books.
Yeah, well, maybe he wanted to write those books, but he still works on the games. Like, there's a new Metro coming out.
Isn't he in hiding?
Yes. We had great timing when it came to
This was not, like, we had started reading this book, and then the
Metro 2039, I think, is the new one that's coming out.
Imagine if he writes another book.
Next month. No, next month. Next year. Next year in, like, February, I think, is when Metro 2039 is coming out. I had it on my wish list and I like was excited, and then I got to chapter 14 and then I unwish listed it and I was like, actually, friendship ended with Metro series. Stalker's my new best friend.
Isn't Metro based off of Stalker?
Yeah.
Which is based off of Roadside Picnic?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Stalker's my new best friend. Metro, I'm so sad about Artyom. I loved him. I thought he was so cool.
You didn't even get to that part where I was like,
I couldn't. Past chapter 17, I was like, deep depression from what happened with my guy.
I was like, serious. This was probably the most vocal I was, and I'm reading the book because you started with the audiobook, and I read the book.
I hated the audiobook.
And I'm just like, fuck you, Dimitri. Like, through half of this book, I got so mad.
What sucks is I liked the audiobook for the first one. They're all Audible exclusives. Mm-hmm. Cringe, gross, nasty, hate that.
Yeah.
The first one was really good, and it had like little songs in it where it was like dun-dun, and then like train track sounds because Metros. And it was cool. And then this one didn't have that at all when I started. And I was like, where's my sound effects? But it's the same guy narrating it. So I was like, it's sure to be good. It's the same guy. What's his name? Rupert Degas did not do a very good job with this one. And
maybe he also was like, fuck
I
this.
couldn't tell if it was because the book was bad or because I just didn't like the way he was reading people. Because when I stopped listening to him and I started reading it physically on my own, I was like, wow, they're sounding way better in my mind. But also, I started reading it physically when I thought the book was starting to get real good. And then I went back to him for a little bit because I was lazy and I wanted to listen while play Farming Sims. And then it came to chapter 14, which was really awkward to listen to, and was like, oh.
What speed do you listen on audiobooks?
It depends. Sometimes I switch between normal to, I don't go very far, like 1.5.
Because
I don't
when
do
I'm
2
at
times.
2 times, I'm like, F this book, I'm just going to finish it. And that's when I know I'm like done with the book, is I'm not even fully comprehending what
I
I'm
did
listening
that
to.
with the last Misc book we read, Tiana. I actually
fair.
2 times speed that one because I was so close to the end that I was like, I can't DNF it now, but I want to DNF it so bad. So I just kind of 2 times speeded it and I was like, and nothing happened.
Yeah, and Savvy getting halfway through the book is like still like 300 pages. So.
Yeah, this book is huge.
This book is almost
That's
500
why we took
pages.
so long to read it. Ugh, crazy. Yeah, when I DNF'd it on websites, I love that Goodreads was like, do you still want to rate it? And I was like, am I allowed to rate
I
a
don't rate
DNF?
books that I DNF.
I don't feel like that's fair. But also I'm like, I obviously DNF this book. Isn't that enough?
Yeah.
Doesn't that tell you enough?
Well, because Goodreads now has a DNF category.
That's true.
That they added because so many people.
Is that new?
Yeah.
Good, because I used it for the
Yeah, so
time.
many people rate books that they don't finish, and I think it's important to be like, yeah,
I think you're allowed to rate books that you don't finish to talk about why you didn't finish the book, because that is interesting
if it's problematic.
to know. But I'm like, I feel like I didn't finish it, so I don't deserve to rank it. But I don't know, complicated.
I gave it 1, so I finished it, and I gave it 1. Same thing with Gianna. So
dedicated to this.
Yeah, I was like,
you're like, I picked it. I picked it.
I have to finish it. Yeah, it was my fault. Again, I picked Tiana too. I'm not having a good year, guys. Please suggest good books for us to read. I am not. My picker is off this year. It's pretty bad. We need some suggestions. And please not Assassin's Creed, because so far the 2 books that we've read from them have been
I don't know. Maybe they know it's a secret good Assassin's Creed book. Maybe. There's a lot of them, you know?
Yes, there are. Do you want me to read the back?
Yeah, read the back.
So this is the final installment of the Cult trilogy, which we read the first and the last.
This one has pictures in it, too. We got the one with pictures.
Does the other one not have pictures?
No, the other one does not have pictures.
So that's another funny thing is that I asked Savvy, I was like, do you have the physical copy of this book? And she said no. So I bought it. And the reason why she said no is because it was at my house.
Yeah, you had it physically here. So I was like, I don't own it. You have it. But I didn't say that. I just said no.
Yeah, you said no.
Because
so
I thought
we have 2 copies.
We have 2 copies. And it's going in the trash. No, I'm kidding. It's going to go in a little library so that someone else can suffer.
But yours doesn't have the...
Mine has pictures. It's the same copy.
It's the same copy.
It's the same exact copy. They have, like, some versions don't have the pictures. Yeah. I bought the version with the pictures. You bought the version with the pictures.
It's at the end of each chapter or the beginning of each chapter.
And, like, I thought I was trying to look at them and be like, oh, so is that this person? And, like, I can't tell.
Yeah, it's
sketchy,
like
dark charcoal drawings. It's like the stuff that Artyom draws in his notebook in the games. Man.
And also, I really like the map of the metro that's in the beginning of it. But I'm going to need you to not cut it in the middle of the book, especially where exhibition is right there.
Oh.
Like right where the binding
that
is.
That sucks.
I'm like, put it on one side.
It was
and have
better in the
bottom.
original.
It was better in the original.
No, we don't
it's probably in the box. But also half of the metro I don't need because they don't
matter.
There. So me trying to find one small place, and actually what I was looking for is the place that was above ground, and I was like, where is this? It's above ground.
Mapped.
I was struggling guys. Okay, so it says brighter past, darker future. World War III wiped out the humankind, which it did not because they're in the metro. So
that's true. Artie lies.
The planet is empty now. which we already knew because there was like things above ground that they fought in the first one.
Also not true.
Huge cities became dust and ashes. That's also not true because there's the remnants of
Kremlin's still
buildings.
there.
The first chapter, he goes up to a high-rise building. So I don't know who wrote this, but you sit on a throne of lies. Railroads are being eaten by rust. Abandoned satellites hang lonely in the orbit. Radio is mute on all of the frequencies. The only survivor of the last war were those who made it into the gates of the metro. The subway system of Moscow City. It's there, hundreds of feet below the ground, in the vaults of what was constructed as the world's largest air raid shelters, that people try to outlive the end of days. It's there that they created a new world for themselves. The stations of the metro became city-states, and its citizens, torn apart by religion and ideologies, are fighting for the now scarce commodities: air, water, space.
Fire.
Captain Planet. I'm just kidding. This tiny underground world can only remind humans of the immense world they had once were the masters of. It's been 20 years past doomsday, and yet the survivors refuse to give up. The most stubborn of them keep cherishing a dream. When the radiation level from nuclear bombing subsides, they will be able to return to the surface and have the life their parents once had. But the most stubborn of stubborn continues to search for other survivors in this huge emptiness that once was called Earth. His name is Artyom. He would give anything to lead his own people from the underground into the surface. And he will. This is a load of garbage.
Okay, the fact that he called it his people is kind of crazy. Because, like,
it's the last chapter is his own people.
He hates everybody. He hates everybody.
Yeah, but he still needs them to do things.
He does need them to do things, and it infuriates him. And, yeah, he'll give up anything. His wife, his dignity, his penis. He'll give it all up.
His tattoo.
His tattoo. Which sounded cool. I like that tattoo. What was it like? If not us, then who?
Yeah.
You know what? Not us, then who? You know?
Thank you, John F. Kennedy.
Everybody. I don't know if really that's such like a common phrase.
Yeah.
Don't give it to him.
Well, it's a bastardization of one of his quotes, anyways. But
if not us, then you.
Yeah.
Get it? You got it.
You too can read.
You
this
too
book.
Can finish this book because she did. So we'll tell you the whole plot.
So I didn't. The picture on the cover is the gas mask. So is that what you would? Is that
that's
a gas mask? And you can see the reflections in the eyes, and they're different. It's like the same cover for all three books, but the reflection's different, and the mask is different. In
this version, the one we had for Metro 2033, it's just like a tie-dye explosion.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But in the reflection of this one is the windmills, which I don't think you got to.
Nope.
So
what are those?
That's important because that powers the radio jammers that you find out about.
I feel bad. I want to apologize to Metro. I want to apologize to the dark ones. Just all the dark ones out there. I called you really lame because I thought you could have done better to not annihilate yourself. If you were such a smart species, you probably could have figured out not to infect people's minds, causing them to kill themselves. But then you got blown up, and I missed you. I missed you in this book.
Yeah.
There's no supernatural shit in this book. It's literally just Artyom dealing with other people who suck. Which, like, in the original book, it was fun because he was dealing with people who suck, but he was like, I gotta deal with supernatural stuff. Get out of my way! And then also think about life and religion. I miss them, and I'm sorry that I was so mean to you. Because come back. Please come back.
They were an essential part to the story. And then he talks about it later, the importance of them and what it did to not have them be there anymore.
Made me feel bad, too. Because they really ruined my boy.
Yeah, they did. I think I said this on Fable, but he really has a savior complex where he is trying to save everyone except for his wife.
He really hates his wife. I don't know.
He really hates his wife.
I don't know how he got with his wife because, like, he liked her in the second game and he liked her a lot in Exodus.
Yeah, they're really
lovey-dovey, dude.
Couple. And that's also
it's first person and you're, like, heavy making out with her all the time.
And he's protective of her. And in this one, he is absolutely not. He's such a piece of garbage.
He's such a piece of shit. And like, I miss the dark ones. Shout out to Anna. I feel bad that I was like, I wish you were better in Last Light
because
and
she's
Exodus.
a sharpshooter, but
she's a sharpshooter.
Kind of
she's bad
wimpy,
at her job, and then
lady.
she was so mean to you in the game, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, and then all of a sudden we're in quarantine together, and she's like, have sex with me, and I'm like, why? You've been nothing but mean to me. And somebody was like, oh, you saved her life once, and I was like, that's enough.
Well,
that's enough, I guess.
We'll talk about it. Which she does talk about why she went for Artyom.
So, like, apologies
like at the very
to
end
Anna, because, like, I mean, I feel bad for her in this book. I don't hate her in this book, but, like, I was kind of mean to her in Exodus, and I feel like she didn't deserve that. So, my apologies to the dark ones, and it's not her fault that she's written like that. She's fine. She's fine. I just wish she was better, you know?
She should have been, like, a stronger ally. That's the thing that...
She should have actually hit her marks. That would be nice.
Especially since she's
they talk, they're like, oh, she's so good at her job. And then she wasn't. I was like,
yeah.
Anyway, I apologize to you, Anna. You deserve better.
This book also gets more into the different factions of the Metro. We got into it a little bit in the first book because as he goes through the Metro, he hits each faction.
Yeah.
And you see what life is like in each of it's like 4 main areas.
Get ready to do it again.
But yeah, this book was very repetitive of the first one, but I think it's also to show the damage that Artyom did when he destroyed the dark ones.
It feels like he didn't freaking do anything. They're still the same.
They appear to be, but they really aren't. And a lot of that has to do with the mushrooms, which is their main source of food, has a plague that is going to affect greatly what happens in the story. Are you ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's just get into it. We're going to spoil the whole thing.
It does start with brighter past to darker future. And it is like, in the review that I wrote on Fable and Goodreads, it's like, you can see the current day politics, like, reflection, but it is very trite. It is very obvious, and it's...
Trite. I love that word.
Yeah. So that... Definitely, I was like, okay. I'm like, I get it.
I get it. You don't have to slap me across the face with it.
And this, so the first book is 2033, right?
Yeah.
And then this is 2035. So I feel like the first book was a year because he has to walk through the Metro.
But it's longer, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was like a year and a half.
So he's like, he was a baby in the first one. He was like 20...
He's 26 now. So he was 24.
And now he's 26, which means he's not that much older.
It's a year. It's like a year of whack. Because him and Anya have been married for a year.
Acting like he's over 30.
But then I was like, that didn't quite... So I feel like this is at the end of 2035 because the first book took longer than a year. And then they've been married for a year. It was weird.
But then, like... Isn't 2034 the one with Hunter and Homer?
Yeah.
Doesn't that take place, like, at the same time as 33? Because it's about Hunter and, like, what was he up to at the time? Yeah. So it's not, like, a year later. Yeah. It's, like... So I don't know if the years of these books count. Yeah. Except for 2033.
It feels like there was a longer time than just the 2 years in between 2 books.
It's weird. It's weird about 2034 to just go off about what Hunter was up to and then call it that and not call it, like, Hunter's story or something. Yeah. Strange choice, Dimitri. I don't know.
But chapter 1 is called Moscow here.
Moscow here. Hello.
We kind of start with it's not allowed, Artyom, because Artyom keeps trying to go to the surface.
Yeah.
Like every day.
He's like yelling at the guards of the surface area, and he's like, my stepfather, adopted dad Sukhoi, said I could go. So let me go.
They're like, every time you open this goddamn door, sir, you are irradiating all of us.
Yeah. And so they're like, I doubt he said that. Like, there's no way. Yeah. And even Sukhoi shows up and is like, shit. Stop. You're getting too irradiated.
You look awful.
And Artyom's like, I heard something out there. There's a radio signal. I heard it once. No one believes me.
Uncle Sasha says that he's hallucinating, and he's like, if you want grandchildren, you know what you should have done.
It was Artyom. Artyom's so mean. So we know from the first book, because we know Sukhoi. Mm-hmm. Chill Sukhoi took in Artyom a long time ago. He didn't have his own kids because he's too busy working to...
Yeah, he's like the leader of this group, like making sure everyone's safe.
A partner. So he knows that he wanted kids.
Yeah.
So Artyom uses that against him in this moment and is like... Because Sukhoi's like, what about my grandkids? You can't...
Yeah, because your wife is trying to get pregnant, sir.
Yeah, that's what she wants.
You're like...
And you're going up to getting your penis irradiated. You need that.
Also, you're affecting her. Yeah. Like, your clothes are irradiated. Like,
you guys snuggle in bed, you're going to get her irradiated, mess her up.
And he says, and I quote, if you want grandchildren, you know what you should have done, Uncle Sasha? You should have had children of your own.
Rude, terrible, awful, great, terrible way to start out Artyom. And using the one thing he knows.
Well, then you also find out that he took the last name Dark. When he finally, because he loses his passport in every freaking book. And so when he signed up with Miller and got a fancy new passport, he put his last name as Dark.
That's cringe, dog.
So it's not, because he didn't want to be connected to...
His last name is Artyom Dark?
Artyom Dark, yeah.
That sucks. Like the Dark ones, because the Dark ones adopted him for like 2 freaking seconds to get him back into the Metro later.
But so if you have not done the Metro series.
This is not the one to jump into if you have not read 2033.
Like, this book will not make sense at all if you did not read the first one. You don't technically have to read the second one. You will see some of the characters from the second one. Hunter is not in this one. He's just talked about. Homer is in the second one, as is Sasha.
Yeah.
And but a lot of the events that happen in this book are directly related to the first book. But his adopted father adopted him because there were rats that were like eating everyone in the sewer. Yeah. And the Metro.
Artyom's from the surface. Yeah. Like, he remembers being on the surface when his mom took him down to the Metro. And his mom went to a station, and I guess it was infested with rats. So she as he's leaving, she's like, save my son. And then
helicopter out. Yeah. And she throws Artyom at him, and he catches him. And then she just gets gone.
Eaten by rats.
So, and then he raised him since then. He didn't have to, but he did. And Artyom is the biggest brat. And
Artyom sucks.
Yeah. He does he's just because his adopted father is the mayor of this metro station, which they moved to the exhibition. They moved closer to the exit.
Yeah, so
that area was...
Because Artyom got married to Anna, and then they were going to live in Polis, the nice part of the metro, where Miller is, but then he moved back with Sukhoi. Yeah. Is it because they're closer to the surface? I don't think that's true. Is it because Miller hates them because Miller does not like Artyom? Miller likes Artyom, but then Miller didn't like Artyom once he married his daughter.
Because he's crazy pants. And he's like,
he's like, I only like you when you're crazy pants for the cause.
Yeah, when you're going to shoot people and not to go on the surface.
Yeah.
Because he knew about the radio signals, and he's like, you're a schizoid and you took my daughter away from me. And also he's like, Miller...
Also,
doesn't have legs and an arm.
Assassination of Miller, who's
great in the games.
Yeah, except for in I feel like he was still mean in Exodus. I don't like him.
Yeah, he's the general guy.
He's a jerk. Yeah, but I loved him in the first book when he had a different name. I forget what his name was. It's like Mikov, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah. It's Miller now.
Everyone has 20 names in this
Why
book.
did he change his name? I don't know. It's because of the games. The games changed his name, and then Dimitri was like, I like that more. So, but he was so cool in the first book, and then he just sucks.
Then he got half of his team killed, and
his legs don't work, and he lost his arm.
Yeah. And he's in a wheelchair in the metro system, which can't be easy because there's only stairs.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Artyom's like, you should have had kids when you had the chance if you want grandkids. And Sukhoi's like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. So he's like, fine, go up to the surface then. So he goes to the surface through exhibition, which I feel like they were at the station after exhibition, and then they moved to this one. And it is closer to the surface. We find out that the atomic weapons that they use on, what did they use on the dark ones? Just missiles? But it caused the ice to melt. So it's all like nice temperatures, and that causing the ice to melt killed all the monsters that were above ground. So now he can go above ground and not be attacked by like flying birds and gorilla people.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's okay. Guess that's why he didn't get attacked by gorilla people and flying birds when he was up there.
That's all from the first book.
I'm pretty sure they're still up there in the games because you have to shoot them.
Yeah, but the
giant
so he can
crabs.
just walk around and he's fine. He doesn't need.
So yeah, they took away the fun monster mutants and they took away the supernatural alien people, and they're just like, now your biggest problem is cars.
Is politics.
And politics. Anyway, yeah, Art's up on the top. He's climbing some stairs. He hates those. My favorite in the last book in 2033 was when he was climbing the stairs to nuke the Dark Ones. And he was like, actually, I think I might just give up because this is too many stairs.
Because he has his gas mask on.
And he's like, oh my God.
He's got all of his equipment. He's like,
oh, this is too many stairs. I might just quit. And I was like, he's so real for that.
Well, in this one, he takes his mask off like halfway up.
Because he sucks.
Breathe.
He's so he just takes his mask off. He dances in the rain. He's like, I don't care about anyone in the metro. I'll get them irradiated because I love getting irradiated. I love it. Except for balding, my biggest weakness. Because he is balding, by the way. Because he's balding as fuck.
He has radiation poisoning.
Yes.
He looks
but he loves
like a
it.
sick person. And so he's like, how is it possible
so, like,
that we're the only ones left?
He's such a dumbass trying to be freaking different, or he's up at the surface and he's like, I love the radiation, ooh, I love the rain, I'm so much different than everyone else. I love this, I'm the Dark One's chosen one, but I fucked up, but I still love the radiation. We can all be up here in the radiation together. Everyone doesn't know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, he comes back downstairs and everyone's like, oh dude, you look nasty, growing like cancers,
go take a
and your hair's falling
shower
out. Nasty.
So he gets to the 45th floor. He takes off his mask. He sets up the radio because he's still looking for that little bleep of a signal that he heard right before he was going to kill a whole species of people. And he's like, Moscow here. And there's no other responses. He comes back and Sukhoi tells him that someone is looking for him.
Someone named Homer. And Artyom's just like, I don't know who that is. And goes to bed. Which is
like, he does not give two shits. It's like,
I don't know who that is.
Anya is in bed when he comes in because they're on opposite schedules. Although we find out that Artyom doesn't have a schedule. He doesn't have a schedule. Well, he doesn't do anything. He's he just goes up to the surface.
She works the mushroom factory. And so she's trying to sleep, and he walks in, and he's like,
takes her blanket.
He's like, I bet she's faking it. But she's faking sleeping because she's just mad at me.
Yeah. And so he crawls into bed and takes her blanket. And she's like, the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's okay. I'm irradiated. I'm hot already. I'm like, because he takes off his clothes and just leaves it on the ground. And then when he wakes up, because they have like a short conversation, when he wakes up, his clothes are still on the ground. Because he's like, oh, why didn't she pick up after me like she normally does? Because she gave up on you, sir. You don't like her.
He also was like, I miss the old Anya when we had our honeymoon phase.
But he doesn't want to have sex with her.
No, he doesn't. Not that he can, because his penis is too irradiated. He can't get it up. Yeah. He has erectile dysfunction in this book. It's like really early on.
Well, because he's got radiation
poisoning.
So he's excused as a hero, or I think I put or as an invalid, because he is so irradiated that what is he going to do?
He did this to himself, though, because he wasn't that bad at the end of the book. He just was like, I guess for a year, just obsessed with trying to find this thing. So he went up and got irradiated on his own.
Yeah. And also, you're using all of the gas mask stuff.
Yeah.
Those filters that you have to find in the game.
Like in the this is in the book or the game. In the game, they're like, you're using, like, we have to change your blood out all the time. And we only have so much blood. My guy, what is going on? Anyway, we're in chapter 2, the Metro. This is when he's like,
before that, it tells us that when he gets up, she comes back to go to bed, and they're in a single bed, but in different dimensions. And he's dreaming of her chasing him around the station naked.
Okay, dude.
Which is weird.
All right, dude.
Chapter 2, the Metro.
So he wakes up, Anya's gone, they're having marriage issues. An old man comes to talk to Artyom. It's the Homer guy, and he's like, I wrote a book called Metro 2034.
He wants to write a story about their time in the Metro.
Is this a Dimitri self-insert?
Yeah. Ew, is he Homer?
I mean, he doesn't make himself look very good, so I doubt.
He's like, we have all these stories from the time before, but we need about this time now, so someone should write it down. And
yeah, he wants to know about Artyom's thing with the Dark Ones.
Which also sucks because he left his lady friend to write a story.
Men, am I right? Must not have loved her enough, huh?
He expected her to be there, which is what Artyom expects.
This is crazy. That's absolutely insane.
So his obsession of Miller, because can't remember if I don't remember whose obsession is. I think it's Artyom's obsession with Miller.
Artyom's kind of obsessed with Miller.
Yeah.
He's mad. He just shouldn't have married Anna. Like, I think his problems would have been better if he just let Anna do what she wants and marry somebody better than him. I agree with Miller. Purely because of the fact that, like, he's obsessed with him, and I feel like Miller hates him just because he took his daughter.
Yeah. But then you find out about the stuff at the end that I told you a little bit about why she chose Artyom. And I was like, oh, girl. Life in the metro as a woman is awful.
Yeah. So his Homer comes into his house and is like, hey, I want to talk to you about your journey in the last book, 2033. I want to write that. And he's like, he just leaves. He just dips. He goes to like a bar-ish place, mushroom bar run by some lady named Furcoat.
Furcoat Dashka. Is because she went to the city to get a fur coat and she has not taken it off since 20 years.
Nasty. Old man Homer says Hansa shut down the border, closing in some of the people from Artyom's station.
Yeah, it's under quarantine.
Yeah. The old man goes to talk to Artyom, and there's like nowhere to run now. Artyom. Anya's at the bar too.
But not talking to him.
Yeah, talking to someone else about how much she hates her job, and then they fight in the middle of the bar, her and Artyom.
Well, also, this is where we find out that the mushrooms are infected.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem because so much of their life is this mushrooms.
The mushrooms, yeah. Everyone, like, leaves as they fight. But Artyom's like, Homer, sit down. You're about to hear my story that I complain about to my wife.
I can't remember if it was... Oh, yeah, he pushes Anya, telling her that the mushrooms miss her. And she says the mushrooms would be more use in bed.
Damn.
I was like, damn.
Get him.
And I was like, does he hate her because she has a father? Because his whole thing, this book is, I don't have a dad. Which is why he wanted Miller to be his dad. But then Miller hates him. And thinks he's a schizo.
Did he marry Anna so that Miller would be his dad? But then Miller was like, "Fuck you, dude!" And then he's like, "Oh man."
This book is about not having a dad. Although he has a dad.
He has a dad. It's Suhoi, and also he wasn't like that big worried about it in 2033.
No.
Why is he all of a sudden like 2 years later? He's like, I need my daddy, which is crazy because he's doing something else, right? He's trying to find the other signal. He's obsessed with it.
So after this fight, he takes Homer to the bicycles, which is the electricity, and takes turns on the bicycles. Although he doesn't have to because he's exempt,
a special hero.
I'm like, what else are you gonna do? And then Homer tells him someone else has heard the radio signal from other cities, and we also find out that Miller thinks that Artyom is crazy.
So Homer heard from Miller, about Artyom, and he's like, "You're famous." And I don't know why you don't want to talk about your story. And, then that's when he's like, Miller also told me that you went crazy. Miller's going to kill me for marrying his daughter and forces me to join the order again, which he left the order. Mm-hmm. We don't know why, but he did.
He left the order because of the bunker. When like half of them got killed. And he didn't respect the fact that Miller, like, Hansa had to come save them, but I think were too late.
That's because he told Miller about the Dark Ones. Because he only tells, as he brings up later, Miller and Anna about the Dark One situation, and Miller's like, "You're freaking crazy, dude," and that probably caused Artyom to be like, "Well, then I leave. Goodbye." Homer's like, "I'm on your side, Artyom. I don't know why people are so mean to you." Then Artyom flies off the handle and yells about it. Homer confirms that there was radio signals to other city. He said that he picked them up himself.
Yeah.
But he lied because it's actually another guy that he knows. Artyom thinks he's lying, and then we're on chapter 3, the pipe.
Okay, and this is where I missed the supernatural part of the book, is the pipes used to have voices that would draw people in, and then the dark ones would get you, right? That's
they would talk to you through the pipes.
And so the whole thing, it's almost like, in Appalachia where they're like, don't whistle in the dark. It's like, don't put your back against the pipes.
Yeah.
And Artyom just does it. He's like, whatever,
they're gone anyway.
Yeah, so he sits with his back to the pipe, and because he learned how to feel it. He's like, this is a good pipe. Then we get, is this where we get the Polar Dawn story?
Yeah. Because they kind of recap the events of 2033 a little bit in this chapter, and why Artyom's considered a hero. And he goes to the pipes to talk to Homer because it's quiet. And he says in the town of Polar Dawns on the Kola Peninsula on the surface is where they heard the frequency.
I wrote this note. So sometimes I write the notes for the chapter at the end of after I'm done reading the full chapter, and sometimes I write it as I'm writing. So I wrote this whole thing. I was like, they have a shield that protects them, but they live under the sky and are powered by a nuclear station. And then I had to cross it out, and I was like, did I hallucinate this? And then because it's later on in the chapter.
Oh.
Because I was like, I went back to look, like, quickly read through the chapter, and I was like, wait, what? This is not in this chapter. Because that's the story of Polar Dawns. That still doesn't exist.
Yeah, that doesn't
like the
exist.
whole book. They're like, oh yeah,
Polar Dawns. Yeah, get ready to hear that. Artyom thinks he's lying, and he doesn't want to talk to him anymore because he was like, yeah, it's actually not me who found the radio signal. It's actually this guy I found in Titrolnaya station, whatever. He and Art. There's this kid. Okay, there's this random ass kid named Krill.
Yeah, Kirill is from the first book. Yeah. He is actually in the first book. Same thing as his friend. So he references his friend.
I remember
who
him.
died in the first story.
Like early on.
He died at the end of the book.
I thought he died earlier than that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't fucking care. Art goes to talk to this kid Krill about what Homer said. And he's like, yeah, there are people out there.
Because this kid is dying. He's got radiation.
Something similar to Artyom. I wonder how he got it.
This kid only has like 3 months to live, which he's still alive when Artyom comes back, and it's definitely been more than 3 months that he's been away. And the mom is always like, "You're riling up. I don't like that." Yeah. He's trying to give this kid something to like hope for, and the mom's like, "That's false promises. You're just gonna get him excited, and then."
Well, he's gonna die in 3 months, so it doesn't really matter. Art goes home and drinks with his wife, and it doesn't sound like he likes her very much from the way he describes her.
Well, and she tries to have sex with him, and he is not into it, and she gets mad.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, she left her father for him, and he's mad that Miller doesn't see him as a man.
And she's like, I moved to your home station to be with you, and you keep going up and getting your penis irradiated, and like we can't have kids then.
Or if I do have a kid, it's gonna be
a monster mutant freak.
Because he's so full of radiation. He tells her to shut up, bitch, and she tells him to go and not come back.
And he does, and he goes and gets Homer, and he's like, we gotta go to that station and find that radio operator. And he's so pissy that he doesn't even say goodbye to his wife.
He doesn't say goodbye to anyone.
Or
he just up and
his
leaves.
Freaking dad. Yeah. So, yeah. Red flag number 1 is how Artyom is in this chapter. He's a little bit of a piss boy. And I was sad because I was like, man, this isn't Artyom that I know.
Yeah, because he had to like escape the first. It's very different from when he leaves the first time.
He said goodbye to Suhoi, and he like cried and stuff. And like he was like, a nice, do this. Sweet young man.
I'm doing it for my station.
Now he's a pissy little boy. He went backwards. I don't like him anymore. Chapter 4, payment. We are in Aliskivskaya, and it's gross.
And this is also where we find out Homer just walked out on his wife one day to write his book. She died and he came back and he's like, what happened to her? She died, dude. You left her. And then there's also this weird thing where we find out it's Sasha later, but he keeps expecting, like, he's looking for someone at every station they go to.
He keeps trying to look at skinny blonde girls.
First, I thought it was his wife and thinking that his wife wasn't dead, but then we find out it's Sasha. I'm like, ew. They get the ride from the previous agent, so they don't have to walk. He's like on the little rail. And we go to Riga Market. They used to sell flowers because that was the flower market up above, and now they deal in pig shit.
This is where they bring up the bullets are money. Bullets are currency. We are selling clips. We are selling cartridges. And in case you didn't read the first book, that's just how it is.
And then they have a train motel. So they're, trying to be entrepreneurs here.
Yeah.
And this is where we meet Lyoka. Who will become one of our main characters.
He's a broker. I just imagine him as a tiny little newsy boy. He's like, hey, mister, I can give you a good deal on this hotel. Hey, give me some money and I can help you out here. And
he's like, hey, we need to get to Hansa territory. And he's like, Hansa territory is on lockdown for quarantine.
Because of the mushroom disease.
He's like, but I know a guy.
So let me get you to meet my guy. Let me escort you through Peace Prospect. And then talk to Station Master.
Yeah, this is also where Homer stares at a girl with a shrewd, shrimped face like a leech. I can't even remember. Shriveled face like a leech.
Because this is Artyom's description.
This is weird.
Artyom's a big old fucking meanie in this book. And every time he describes anybody, he's like, they look like dog shit. They look nasty as fuck. They have a leech face. Fucking gross.
Then also, you have quite a few people who are mutants.
That's true.
And so
there are
I'm like,
does
she
here.
Actually have a leech face? Like, does she not have lips?
Body
like,
of
what's
a woman,
happening?
Face of a leech. No, I think he was just being a bitch. I think he's just being a meanie about the way that this girl looked. And because Homer thought this was Sasha, because this was a girl kissing a guy, and he's like, must be a whore.
Yeah.
Because that's what Sasha is.
And this almost starts a fight because the guy that she's with is like, would you?
Well, yeah, like
Grandpa?
they're making out, and an old man comes up to be like, I gotta get a look at this girl's face. Like, that's weird. That's weird, Grandpa.
You don't find out about Sasha until like halfway through the book.
Yeah.
And so this whole, like, he keeps looking for this girl with like super light hair, and you're like, what is your deal?
What is your deal? You freak. So anyway, they go to the station master.
Also, another thing that is in this book all the time, he talks about Morlocks.
What are Morlocks?
Morlocks is from the time machine where you had the beautiful people on the surface who were stupid. And then the Morlocks were the, like, mutant creepy guys that then went and ate the people on the surface. Like, they fattened them up.
Okay.
So that they could eat them later. And that's all the time machine stuff. But he talks about Morlocks so much in this book.
I don't remember that at all.
I almost did a Morlock counter.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the station master, they're there. The station master's like, nah, you can't go. We're in quarantine.
How about
100 bullets, though.
Yeah, 100 cartridges.
And we can, I'll let you go to the surface. And then from the surface, you can get to the station you need to go to. You just can't go through the metro. So then they go and they're like, yeah, deal. They go talk to security services and they get arrested for suspicion of espionage for the Red Line.
Well, because so when Artyom, like, he's got the cartridges in his backpack that he's carrying, and so he opens his backpack to get the cartridges out, and he has a radio in there because, of course, he's listening for radio signals like an enthusiast. And they see the radio and they're like, oh, you must be a spy, sir. And so they take his money and the broker.
No, Lyoka.
And they hold him to bring under arrest. He's like, I'm just their broker. He's like, we're gonna have you sit out here in this waiting room. So Homer and
or in chapter 5,
Artyom are brought into a room. Chapter 5.
Yeah, Lyoka has to wait outside while the major talks to Art and Homer, asking where they came from, if they're Jewish.
Okay, his name is Boris Ivanovich. I'm sorry, we're going to mispronounce all of these Russian names.
I honestly, because this guy's so unimportant, I just called him
but he
the
is
Hansa
important.
Major. He is?
He is
Did he
important.
show up again?
Yes.
After chapter 14?
So this is one of the things that...
This is like a tick in Artyom's mind for a while.
Yes.
This scene.
But Boris is important because Boris has a brother. And we meet Boris's brother.
Oh, that's right.
And he is like,
I forgot about that.
You remind me of someone. And then when they keep saying, again, it's chapters later.
They're on opposite sides. Because this guy's Hansa, which are just annoying military. We got like the Nazis. We got the Reds.
They do.
And we got Hansa.
They do a good job.
And we got the Spartans.
The Spartans aren't in this book.
Yeah, they are.
When
you deal with Miller.
Oh, I don't count. They're the Order. That's wait, where did I have it? I wrote it down somewhere. They kind of like break it down because they talk about the different functions. We might have to get there when it's like late in my book. But it breaks down what each. I thought there was just the 4, but I don't call them. Are they mentioned as the Spartans?
They're called the Order, but the people in it are called Spartans. It's like how they're called the Fifth Reich or whatever, but they're Nazis.
Yeah, they don't call them Nazis ever. They just call them the Reich. Also, yeah, Constantine is Miller's name. His name is
Constantine Miller.
Konstantinovich is Miller's last name. Konstantinovich, so he is like Constantine.
So yeah, this is gonna bother Artyom for a while. This is also kind of annoying.
This was a weird chapter.
Do you want to talk about it?
So Boris comes in and he is like, guys, why do you think you could go to like the Red Line?
He seems like he was in the middle of something.
Yeah, and his face is all fucked up.
His face is all scratched and messed up.
But he's also in shadow, so they can't fully see him.
There's a picture of him in the book. Like, there's actually a picture of him in the book, which is nice because I get to see the scratched face, which is cool.
Because they're like, he's in the shadow, and he's like, something's wrong.
This is a very cinematic scene. Yeah. I actually kind of liked this scene. To me, this is where the book started to get interesting. Was chapter 5, because it was this guy. Yeah, that's him. He's like half in shadow. He's got a scratched up, messed up face. He's got a
super scratched up face. He's like, boys, what do?
And then like Artyom is not listening to this guy talk. The guy's like,
he's focusing on everything else.
He's like, can I see your fingers? And he shows him his fingers, and they're like, ooh, gunpowder, big boy over here. And he's like, yeah, I shoot guns, okay? Like,
and then the Artyom's distracted because he sees a shoe on the ground, and he was like,
that's a woman's shoe.
That's a woman's shoe.
Why is there a woman's shoe in here?
And then he's like looking, and there's like a curtain to a room, and he's like, it looks like there's someone on that bed. Yeah. And so he's not listening to this guy at all.
Yeah, this guy.
And then this guy also has a fancy clock, which will come up again because his brother has
a similar fancy clock. Everyone knows siblings. We always get the same clocks.
It's not a family heirloom because you have to split it up.
Well, it's for like the 2 different time zones or whatever in the metro, which like it should be the same. Yeah. Isn't it different lines? The line where his brother is, because his brother's red? Is he a red?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we meet his brother again, and he's red. At least they're keeping tabs on each other.
It's like 10 plus chapters in between Boris and his brother, and he's like, they start mentioning it, and then finally they say, "Oh, the clocks is the thing that told me they were brothers."
So Artyom's doing like detective work in his mind while this guy's talking, and he's like, I think this guy killed a woman before we showed up in here. Because it looks like his eyes were about to get gouged out, and there's women's slippers somewhere, and I think he killed her and hid her on the bed with a curtain. And he's like, I really want to pull that curtain back so bad, but that's going to get me in so much trouble, and I need to get to the surface. This guy's like
talking to him the whole time, and he's distracted, and Homer's not saying shit either.
So Homer was actually thinking the same exact thing that Artyom is. He's also playing detective.
But he doesn't tell him until they're
because like at the end of this section, he's like, did you notice that there's women's slippers in there? And it was weird. And Artyom's like, shut up, old man. What are you talking about? And I was like, dude, you can't. He literally like, what is your deal? You were thinking the same thing. You were simpatico. And he's just so like, I don't want to like this guy. I'm only hanging out with him because he knows where the radio operator is.
He's going to ditch him. Because the whole point is Homer will show him the radio operator. So Artyom will tell him the story of the Dark Ones.
Yeah. It's a tit for tat.
But Boris asked Homer if he's a Jew, and no.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. Question. And then he's like, I think you are. And he's like, and I'm not, though.
Artyom lies and says he's still a stalker with Miller, and he's like, call him.
Well, because like it's funny thing about Hansa, if you remember about the last book, was that they did not help at all with the Dark One situation. Mm-hmm. It was all the Order, because they like called them and they were like, oh, but we're like so busy. Mm-hmm. We're so busy keeping order. So no. So there's like, tension between the Order and Hansa, because Hansa can't come to the phone right now. Mm-hmm. He's like, why are you even going to the station? And Artyom says he's carrying out an order from Miller. And Homer's my
this,
guide.
So this was, you know how I said it was Artyom Dark? We find out that he took his real last name, which is Alexandrovich, and not his stepfather's. But on his passport, it says Artyom Dark.
Interesting.
And that's later in the book. So I'm like, Dimitri, did we...
Because, does he bring up Sukhoi in this?
Because it's not his stepfather's
Because this guy knows him. And he's like, oh, I like that guy.
He's the leader of the...
Yeah, that guy's chill as hell. So yeah, he's like, what about that broker guy? And Artyom won't let he's like, you can't keep Lyoka. He's ours too. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to go with us. Call Miller. Call it. Do it.
He's like, I'm on a secret mission. I'm on a mission for Miller.
Yeah.
Like, you have to let us go.
Homer's stressed because he's like, I know Artyom is lying right now.
Yeah.
And if they call Miller, our bluff is going to be,
Yeah, Homer knows that Miller hates him. So
he's like, why are you saying that?
You're going to get us killed.
They get what they want because the guy's like, I don't want to call Miller. I'm too busy to go to the phone right now.
Yeah, because he's got a dead girl in his bedroom.
I'm Hansa, and also I have a dead girl in my bedroom. So...
Which we don't find out what that was about.
No, we never do. Artyom's like, he's like, I really wanted to find out, but I knew that it would ruin everything.
But he's like obviously staring at the bedroom too.
That guy knows.
So they let them go. They have to take a trolley to the border though.
Yeah.
And he's like, where's all of our stuff?
Really annoying that he never
got to see. And they're like, once you get to the door, you'll get your stuff back.
I watched one video about this lady, like when they put pictures up on the wall and they tell you the plot of a book. Yeah. And it was like the Dark Prince or the Holly Black Book or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like the lady, anytime that a thought or a thing happened and then it comes up in the book as like a thought process, she'd put a marble in a jar. And so I was thinking about that, where I was like, this scene, marble in the jar, baby. Put it in his brain because he's going to bring it up. He's going to think about this scene again. Mm-hmm. Remember that.
So they take the trolley to the border and they have Lakoya with them. And like people are chatting like, oh, I have to go make dinner. And this one has like a kid with them. And then the lights go out on the trolley. Mm-hmm. And then, and I was like, oh no, not Metro 2 again.
No, they talk about Metro 2.
Keep bringing up Metro 2, which is not like Metro 2 the game. It's like that there is another Metro that
Metro
the
2
government
is not
is
a game.
in.
It's Last Light.
There's this Metro that is adjacent to them that the government is in, and they're the ones controlling everything that happens in this Metro. And they're like, this Metro is like a science experiment.
Yeah.
And this will come up again and again and again and again.
And Artyom's like, I know what Metro 2 is. It was a tunnel full of cannibal children who worshipped a worm, okay?
Which was the train.
Because he's been to Metro 2. Yeah. Metro 2 is different tunnels. Then that's the tunnels that lead to the bunker that they needed to go to, which is why they went through Metro 2 before.
So we find out that the next station that they want to go to is leaking. So it's going to be a little bit flooded. And as they go through to it, Homer remembers the stained glass that was there. It was one of the most beautiful metro stations. Because Homer will reminisce about life before the war for the rest of the book as well.
Yeah, he was actually like there, right? He was like a train operator at one point. So he knows. Chapter 6 is 8 meters.
So they go past the border.
The station is flooded. The pallets are even soaked through. They can't get to the surface from here because it is too flooded. So
they have to put on rubber boots.
It said then Dimitri then proceeds to tell us how gross, nasty, and wet everyone and everything is here for like 2 pages. It took so long. I was like, dude, I get it.
It's 8 meters deeper than the previous one that was like leaking. And so it's like submerged.
Artyom gets pickpocketed by this little girl.
And he catches her.
And he pries her hands open and there's a mushroom. And he's like, why did I get a mushroom in my pocket? That's crazy. He thinks it's from Anna. And he's like, I will give you 2 cartridges for that shroom. And also tell me where I can get food here because we're hungry.
And she takes them to the egg. And I say the egg because it is 1 egg.
She told them, they're like, oh, you can get egg here. And what was so funny is when he was like, yeah, well, eggs sound good. And she's like, they're going to get the egg. To everyone in the station. Everyone in the station comes out and like follows them to the guy who sells the egg. And they obviously try to order more than one, but he's like,
there's 3 of them now.
There's only like, 1 egg.
It is the egg.
Yeah, they get so hyped about it. Also, they were talking about like Swedish electronic DJs at the club, and they kept saying that they were zonked on worms. Did you remember that?
No.
The kids were like talking about this club and this DJ, and they're like, "Oh, all the Swedes are zonked on worms, dog." And I was like, "What is happening?"
Well, they get worms at
They get worms
brothel.
because they are zonked on worms.
Yeah.
But there's an electronic. I was like, "Are we gonna go to a club?"
Well, the brothel.
They're all zonked on worms.
Yeah, because that's where they get the worms, is at the brothel.
And I guess they're all Swedes. Anyway.
Like that electronic music they do.
Put another marble in that jar. This will come up later.
So, the dude, I just put dude has the saddest chicken. It's super
so,
thin, and the guy does have a name. It's, is it Zayak?
I just put chicken guy.
Yeah.
He's just a chicken guy. So this chicken guy is like, you have to
eat the egg
right in front of me because of the suck on the egg. Because the shell, I need to give back to my chicken because there's not enough protein.
Because the shell is what gives the new egg the next day.
The next day.
This bird produces 1 egg a day, and it has to re-eat the calcium in the shell to be able to produce it again. And so Lakoya is the one that gets it.
Yeah.
And he's just like, this is gross. And because Artyom and Homer are like, no.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
And so everyone is watching him
do this,
slurp this egg.
But like when he takes out the money, because it's kind of an expensive egg, right? And like this little girl goes and like bumps his hand so that his money falls everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like has to go get his money out of the water because it fell in the water. So and then he gets his hand cut open by glass.
Yeah, there's a glass.
And he gets so pissed that he crumples the eggshell and throws it, and then a rat steals it. And the chicken man like attacks him, obviously.
Yeah, he grabs Artyom's gun and it goes off. So
because like the whole station, what's crazy about the station was the station's like, oh good, I'm glad that guy's dead because we hated him because he has high horse and his stupid chicken. And so like the cut on his hand does not stop bleeding, and Artyom,
and you know that water's gross. It's like
accidentally shot this guy, and he's like, does anybody have any booze that can like fix this? And they're like, they suck worms to get high, so there's no way that they have booze. So they go and ask these soldiers. I don't remember what soldiers they were.
They're they're
Hansa again?
No, these are guys that are going to the Reich.
No, not yet. Okay. You're not there yet. You didn't write this down. They go to the soldiers. I think it's the Hansa guys because they're like,
says they try to go back to the border.
We can go back to the Hansa border, and these two guys were like. This is a guy with the pimple that, like, Artyom's obsessed with the fact that this guy had a pimple he kept scratching, and he keeps bringing it up. Like, dog, I do not care. It's like...
And Homer has the chicken, by the way.
Yeah, Homer takes the chicken. Artyom takes the chicken man that he shot, and
Lakoya is, like, holding his hand, because it's obviously...
It's infected. So he's like, we need to go back in we need to get a doctor. Yeah. And he's like, no, too bad. And then they, like, shoot at them. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, well, how are we going to get out of here? Because he's so surprised that nobody's willing to help, which is insane. Yeah. Another thing about Artyom, he didn't learn anything from the other. He thinks he's so smart and cool and learns so much and he's better than everyone else. And he thinks
that everyone is looking out for everyone else, which happens at his station, but at no other station.
So, like, he's so flabbergasted that these Hansa guys... But he knows Hansa, and he knows the Reds, and he knows the Nazis, and he's like, I'm so surprised that he didn't learn anything when he has such, like, a negative outlook on life.
Well, he's been getting irradiated
actually every day. A dumb fuck who didn't learn anything from the first book.
No.
And so, he's like, I can't believe this. This is crazy. So, he finds these guys, like, on a raft. And he asked for money if he could go with them to wherever they're going because there's got to be a doctor. Yeah. And they're like, yeah. And when he gets on their raft, Reich?
They're going to go join the Reich. But we also meet an old woman who wants the chicken. Oh. And she keeps arguing, like, he would want me to have this chicken.
Yeah.
Like,
and the guy was like, no, I don't want her to have this chicken. I hate her.
And she's like, but we're married. And he's like, we are not married.
Yeah, so that happened. But if we get to keep the chicken, apparently the chicken is going to stay with us forever.
Yeah. Actually, the chicken makes it to the end, which is so surprising because of what happens. But, we find out the men on the raft are going to go join the Reich.
Yikes. Big yikes. Chapter 7 is... Tsvethol Boulevard.
Tsvethol Boulevard. And I like chapter 7, I was like, this is starting to feel formulaic from the first book because it's like almost the same sequence of events that happens.
Kind of.
You meet like the first book, he goes to the first thing and he meets Hansa. He has to go through the Hansa to get
Hansa's
to he's trying to get to
by
Polis.
the Reich,
and then he got kidnapped by the
Reds, saved by the Reds, and now he's with them. And then like, yeah, you're gonna deal with the same shit, different day, with the same dumb idiot Artyom. Yeah. And at least Homer's a little bit easier to deal with than Khan.
The guys on the raft are really trying to recruit Artyom for the Reich.
Yeah, they think he's real hot and sexy for it. But you know it's so sad because they even bring up, they're like, what about you, old man? You could join the Reich. Like, they need people who can read. And Lakoya or whatever is like, what about me? Do the Reich need me? Yeah. Don't I look cool and hot and sexy? And they're like, I don't know.
But he's the one that joins.
I know, which is so sad.
Because they get to the station and they all are going to split up. So LaCoy's like, I'm going to go with them. I'm going to go join the Reich.
Oh, sorry, guys. We're not into politics. We're going to the whorehouse. This is like the...
Artyom's like, fuck the Reich.
This is the slut station.
Yeah.
Like, This is the
shows you how much note I took. I said the station is hell. This chapter is gross. Artyom loses his passport and jacket.
Like how much notes I have.
I was like, this chapter was so disgusting to me that I was like,
well, welcome to Savvy Talk. This is my time to shine.
I would have DNF'd this at this point.
This is my time to shine. Okay, so Lakoya wants to join, but they're like, nah. Artyom gets off the raft so fast, he like pulls Lakoya by the scrp of his neck. He's like, you're going with us.
Yeah, because they have to take the guy to the hospital.
Yeah, because his hand's cut open.
The doctor, she's there for like STDs.
The chicken is sleeping in the hole on the chicken man's stomach. Gross. The guards point to the doctor and they, walk past the sex workers. Meanwhile, Homer's still like, I can't find my girl from 2034. Mm-hmm. She has to be here.
Bossy blonde ladies everywhere.
The doctor comes out, charges a clip. She gives Lyoka alcohol for his hand. Artyom is like, all right, I did all I could for that chicken guy. I'll see you later. So he leaves and She's like,
this
soup.
Guy is going to die. Like, even the doctor was like, this is not what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I treat STDs, but I'll try my best. Yeah. They go and eat soup at a strip club, and there's this underage girl, like, dipping her bones into Artyom's soup, and he's like, I hate this. I feel bad, though. I don't want to, like, tell her.
She's 14.
I don't want to tell her to stop because, like, I don't know. I don't want her to not feel sexy. I'm Artyom. He looks at the map of the metro. They can't go through Chekhov. The Fourth Reich is there. Homer's like, why? You're white, and it's the shortest way. Like, it'll be super easy.
But they think you're a Jew, sir.
Yeah, Homer's eating soup with his chicken. He's like, 14-year-old girl, go eat your own soup. Here, have money. So he gets her to leave and go eat soup.
And then he starts eating worms.
Not yet.
Okay.
Dude. Then is like, I hate Nazis so hard. If they weren't outnumbered on the boat, I would have killed them all. He was like, remember, they tried to hang him in the last one, and then he got saved by the communists. They're gonna go to a different station. Wait, they talk about going through an evil tunnel. There's like a side tunnel that they can go through, so they don't have to deal with the Nazis. They drink mushroom moonshine, and they kind of recap the events. Like, finally, Artyom's opening up to Homer about the events of the first thing, and then he talks about his story in 2024 a little bit. And they're getting drunk and they're talking. Then he talks about Sasha Alexandra, who will come up again, who died, but he keeps seeing her. And he's like, she's like a granddaughter to me. They talk about Zinnia, which is Artyom's friend from the previous book that died.
Who got shot when the Dark Ones attacked, but they weren't really attacking.
So they ran out of food, and they were like, well, all we have is worms on the menu, sir. And he's like, oh, I'll eat the worms, because Homer's like, I'm not going to eat the worms. Ew, nasty. He's like,
even the guy at the bar was like, are you sure you want to eat these?
Yeah. So he orders the worms, and they're like, we want a room for the night. And they're like, you can't have a room without a girl. And he's like, okay, I'll get a girl. You go take the night off. We want the room.
Yeah.
Homer then tells us he used to be a metro engine driver. Drunk as hell, Artyom's like, I gotta go pee. So he goes and walks around this station. He's lost. He's drunk. He's high as fuck on worms. He sits down and watches a girl get lashed by a bunch of dudes.
This was so gross.
Like a bunch of dudes like beat up this girl, and he's like, "What the
tied to the table?
Fuck, dude! You guys can't do this!" And they're like, and she gets mad at him for taking her job or like yelling, and then they get mad at him, and they're like, "We're Nazis. We could do whatever we want."
The description of stuff that was happening in the brothel.
Yeah, because because he's about to vomit, so he went and sits down at this table where this lady's getting lashed, and then he goes down under the table to vomit, and there's like ladies sucking off the dudes down there, and he accidentally vomits on them, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and then he crawls out of the table because he can't walk because he's too high on worms, and then like he's too drunk to leave, he's just crawling away. People keep following him and try to have sex with him, and then I'm like, I think he got assaulted. Turns out he did, but willingly, as we find out later.
Is this the next day? Or?
Because he keeps being like, this is, okay. Artyom is like, he keeps losing his mushroom, right? Because it reminds him of his wife. And he's like, I'm married. Nobody touched me. I'm married. And apparently that doesn't fucking matter. Because in this scene, he does actually cheat on his wife, as we find out later. I'm not even going to save the suspense. This man...
Which you don't find out in this chapter. You find out later on.
Yeah, you think that he might have just got assaulted. And like...
Because he wakes up ass
3 days later! 3 days later, the next day!
Yeah.
Face down! Don't mix worms with moonshine. It was Lakoya, who found him, but he's...
Because Homer is like, this guy's... So Homer went and found Lakoya to help him look for Artyom. And Artyom's like ass up in the
toilet. No, he's on a toilet.
But that whole tunnel is a toilet.
They found him on the toilet on the third day looking for him. They burned out his "If not we, then who" tattoo on his arm with a cigarette, and he's like, "Who did this?" Turns out it's him. He did it to himself after he was cheating on his wife. This is Spartan Order tattoo that everybody gets. Lakoya brings him a jacket and like
because he's missing his stuff, like some of his clothing.
Artyom's like, I want to leave. Lakoya says, yeah, that's great. I want to leave too, to become a Nazi. Mm-hmm. And Artyom's like, you cretin. He's like, I bet we'll meet again someday. And Lakoya's like, oh, I sure hope so. And I know Artyom's like, I bet I'll shoot you again someday. And Lakoya does not pick up on that because he's stupid. Also, Chicken Guy's dead. We got that. Chicken Guy did not
Homer still has the chicken.
On the way out, he runs into that Nazi guy that was like beating up that lady. And... He was like, oh, hey, it's our friend, Artyom. Like,
we partied together.
Join the right, because they're the ones that are picking up Lyoika to take him away. And he's like, go fuck yourself. And Homer's keeping the chicken. Artyom lost his passport during his sexcapade, obviously. And his mushroom, because he lost his faithfulness to his wife. The border guards are not going to let him through. The red line cuts the station off. And he's like, well, I don't have a passport. I can't get through. We must go somewhere else. And Homer's like, we could just go through the Reich.
Yeah, the Reich is the only one that will accept them without a passport.
Yeah, they'll take you. And so they're like, I guess we'll have to go volunteer.
Yeah, because now he needs a passport. This
Way
man
to go,
loses his
Artyom.
passport.
Way to mix worms and moonshine. You fuck. Chapter 8 is Heil.
Heil.
Lakoya
officer
is so jazzed. He's like, wow, we met so soon. You guys are back. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, woohoo. So Unta officer with a mole is Dietmar.
Dietmar. Oh my God. They're all three on the raft with Dietmar. I thought, okay, not going to lie, because Homer had chicken. I thought he actually had a mole, like a little pet mole, until he was talking about the mole in his face. And I was like, oh, of course. I was like, wow, chicken and mole. That's fun. Yeah, no, fuck Dietmar and his stupid fucking mole. They talk about mutants a little. They talk about how the Reds recruit mutants and why they're bad that they do that.
Well, of course, these are the Nazis.
These are the Nazis. Artyom is like, man, I hope nobody recognizes me from the time they tried to hang me.
Because he still has the scar from when...
I tried to hang him like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That's not that long.
No. And it's the same place that... It's not like it's a different tunnel or station. It's the same station.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'd be worried too, man. They arrive and they get physicals.
Well, so Dietmar is also talking to him about being a stalker and like
they want him because he's a stalker.
Yeah, and they've recruited several of them, and he's like, really weird. Why would stalkers join?
I don't know, but they did.
Yeah. We find out because they're shit faces. So Lakoya goes first for the medical inspection, and it turns out he has testicular cancer.
Yeah, he's got weird testes. So they're like, I need you to go through the
He's going to the door on the right.
On the right
then
door.
Homer and Artyom, they're like, surprising Artyom, you look good.
Not to his wife.
He's like, let me feel your throat.
Yeah, he like, okay, another thing is this doctor is like, you sexually active? And Artyom's like, more than you. And I was like, I bet your wife begs to differ, dog.
Well, now we find out. Yes,
yeah, he is sexually active. He just hates his fucking wife.
Yeah. So they renamed this station to Darwin Station.
Nasty.
And it looks nice and very different because he walks in and because he at first he was worried and he don't want to like.
Oh yeah, they get to go through the left door. Him and Homer are fine.
Yeah, and then
because they're like, why are you taking us to different doors? Like, what does the door mean? And they're like, oh, it doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about the doors.
And then after they get through, they're like, oh yeah, well those people have to like work their way to better health. And you're like, what?
Oh brother. So R.I.P. Leoka. We'll see you later.
I don't know how many times in this book I thought we weren't gonna see him again, and he just keeps popping up.
He just keeps popping up. So yeah, they get the tour, and the chicken's still there.
So the station looks very different from what it was 2 years ago. It's like nice and modern, and they're putting housing in, and there's like toilets, and
they're reinforcing the border to the place they need to go for the what's the guy, the radio operator guys.
Mm-hmm.
And because they were gonna go in there and then like sneak out, but they're like, no, we're reinforcing that area of the border. And Artyom's like, damn it.
So they have to take the tour of the station, and they're like, oh look, here's our free healthcare, and here's our school, like, and
the school teacher's really interested in Homer because he's writing a book or whatever, and they're like, have dinner with me and my wife. Yeah. And so they do, and the wife is being weird.
Yeah, he's like, where the wife is from, they
had a sickness,
and Artyom brings it up, and she's like, there was never any sick people there, and the wife's pregnant.
Yeah. Homer's getting heated. He stands up because they're talking shit about mutant kids, and Homer's like, they don't have a freaking choice, dude. Mm-hmm. And this is when Artyom finally respects Homer. This is the moment that Artyom's like, actually, I'm not gonna dish this old man. I like him.
Oh, they also put the chicken in the bathroom
because Artyom was like, I also agree with Homer, but I'm too much of a chicken to like stand up and say anything.
Well, he also knows better because he knows where he is.
Yeah, and so Homer's like, how freaking dare you talk about mutant kids like that, you cretins. I hate you and you're stupid. And then immediately, this is why I think they talk shit about his book. Like, his book could be bad, sure, whatever, who cares? Art is subjective. But, like, I think it's because at this point, Homer was like, fuck you and your opinions on mutant kids, that they're like, let me see your book then, slut. And then they give him the book and they're like, this is ass. Yeah. And then Homer starts crying. Don't be mean to White. No, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy, okay? They're all bad guys.
There's no good
They're all bad men.
Anya is like...
Anya's the only one that... makes sense.
And his stepdad too. His stepdad's a good guy.
Oh my god. I stopped before Homer got ass. So, anyway, they were making fun of Homer's book, and Artyom was about ready to fight them over it because he was like, oh shit, he's actually like standing up for himself. I respect this man more.
But then he has to go to the potty.
But I gotta go smoke in the bathroom like a cool guy.
But then also he's like trying to check things out in the bathroom where the chicken's in there with him too.
Yeah. He leans his head against a wall and he hears howling on the other side. And like, this is another instance, put another marble in that jar, where he's like, okay, I know, we all know, we can probably figure this out, we can piece the pieces together, we're smart, that like, this lady definitely already had a kid, and it's a mutant, and it's behind the wall, and it's screaming.
Oh, is that what you took it as?
Guess. What'd you think?
That's where they end up later, where all the mutants are, that they're using to clear the tunnel.
Oh, that's probably right then.
Because that's what he says, where this was... That's where the cages were.
Yeah, okay.
That they held us in before they
That's
tried to
where the
hang
mutants
me.
are. The mutants are behind that wall, and he can hear them howling.
That's where Lakoya is.
Yeah, that's where Lakoya is currently.
And then he has to, like, he takes something off the wall, then he has to, like, try to put it back on.
Yeah, because Dietmar or whatever shows up and is like, knock, knock. I have to pee. And so he's like, oh, shit. I got to put the carpet back on the wall. And he's like, do you want an apartment? You got to get a feat of valor. And he's like, how do I get a feat of valor then? And he's like, well, the Reds are going to take that, is it Tetronol? The station where the fucking radio guy is.
Tetro.
Soon I won't have to say this station name. And so why even start?
So they're like, yeah, we're going to need you to go above ground, go to the station, and we're going to keep your friend here.
You're going to need you to lay mines because we're going to assault the station. And you have a radio and you're a stalker.
Because the Reds are going to, they're like, the Reds are going to take over the station. So we have to take over the station.
Yeah.
And that's the
And we ran out of stalkers.
Yeah. And they sent people up before, but they never came back.
So they're using Homer as a hostage.
Because otherwise he would just run away.
Yeah.
Which he would totally do.
I guess Artyom has to do it now. So, Chapter 9, the theater.
He has 1 hour to install the bomb at...
He's on the surface. He's calling in. Doodle-doo-doo. You have an hour. He's like, an hour? It's not enough time.
He's like, I still have to get there and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And did they not give him the bomb? Because he picks it up from the stalker.
Well, yeah, I think they didn't. They're like, get this shit from the stalker because the stalkers... Like, there was 4 guys that were doing the same job that got just nuked on the freaking surface. So they're like, find those stalkers, grab their stuff, figure out how they died, also go plant the bomb, and then call back in within an hour. Otherwise, we kill your old man.
And this is also where they bring up smartphones.
Yeah, so smartphones are a thing. I don't remember that being a thing in 2033, but apparently they're a thing that people have, and they're not dead yet. Some of them are dead, but...
But they don't... There's no network.
I don't know why they're... Because
so,
Artyom at one point is like, people keep staring at their smartphones. And I was like...
From what I got from it, they're looking at the pictures of the past.
On the phone?
Yeah, because it's like when you look at that stuff's on there. And then he said that he would call to hear his mom's voice. But it's just some like random recording of a voice that's on there.
Strange. I don't know. It's weird. That was a weird thing.
But I was like, yeah, there's no like network to call out of. So how would...
And was this brought up in the last book?
I don't remember it at all.
Me neither. It's very strange.
He starts to find the team that was sent before. They were all shot, and their guns are there too, which is weird.
Yeah. The one was shot in like the head and then stabbed.
Like close combat.
He hears a motor, and he sees that the third one is riddled with bullets, and he's like, "Uh-oh."
It's like, yeah, he hears the roving motor, and I was like, who has a car?
Yeah, he hears a vehicle start, and he's like, oh shit, and he like runs,
and then, right? And then there's a motorcycle.
There's a motorcycle that's pursuing him. The motorcycle guy starts to shoot, he misses. Artyom is running to the station. The last stalker was dead in front of the station, so he like almost made it. Somebody was sniping at him from somewhere else. And he's like, I'm dead here. I'm dead. Don't fire. Don't shoot. Because like a guy in a motorcycle and a guy in a car shows up, and they're like pointing their headlights at him, and
so he can't see the back.
So he doesn't know what they look like.
And the guy had a gun, but then he put it down.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm fucked. Yeah. I can't do anything. Guy in the car and the cycle talk to themselves, and they leave, and they don't shoot him. And he's like, that's weird. I don't know what the deal with that one.
So he gets the mine from the guy that almost made it to the station.
Yeah. So he opens the door, goes inside, wondering what he should do with this mine.
Welcome to Bolshoi Theater.
He knocks on one of the unblocked doors he finds, and they let him in. He lets them check his passport, his new passport. And then he bolts. He's like, I have 40 minutes to find this guy before I have to call Dietmar. So in the meantime, he's got to find Umbach.
So this guy has 2 names.
Pieter
Umbach. Siegovich also goes by Umbach.
Homer was talking about it and get him out of there. Art has no idea. He doesn't know where to look. So he's like, my first step, I'm going to pop my head into people's houses.
Well, so yeah, there's a theater there, which is why this chapter is called Theater. And so he has to buy a ticket to go in to search for him. But he's also like walking around going like, I'm looking for Peter, my uncle. I'm
looking for my uncle Peter. Do you know where he is? And finally one guy's like, he works at the theater, you dumb idiot. Like, go over there. And he's like, he's an engineer at the theater. So he's like, okay, cool. And then he buys a ticket to get in. And he tips lady at the gate because he's like, let me in first. And she's like, okay. So then he goes backstage and he hears two guys talking about how both the Nazis and the communists are going to think that these plays are about them. And they're going to get mad.
A girl. Olga.
Not yet. Because this is Umbach. It's Umbach and some other guy. And they're going to think the play's about them, dude. And so, like, Artyom then hears people running, and he puts a finger to his lips, and he crouches down, and he rolls underneath the stage, and the guys are making call-outs because they're looking for the radio operator, and Artyom just assumes it's him.
Yeah.
Because he brought a radio in. Artyom creeps away under the stage, 10 minutes, and underneath the floor is when the two people, the prima donna and some other whore.
Arkady
He's the red
Olenka.
guy?
So Arkady is like the stage manager. He's the one that writes the plays and decides it, and he's talking to Olga. Olenka. I called her Olga. I think maybe she goes by Olga later. So, Olenka is the prima donna, and she's like, well, "How about I play this role?" And the guy's like, "It's written by a Jew." Or like, "How about I play this role?" And he's like, "That's obviously not gonna be good because of this." And she's like, "You never let me do anything I want. You always give me these bad parts." This is where he hears Peter being taken.
Yeah, because the guys come in and they ask for Peter, and the guy's like, he's our engineer. Yeah. Like, why do you want him?
He's like their lights guy.
Yeah, and they're like, well, he might be a spy, radio operation. Yeah, and shit.
He's accused of planning terrorist attacks.
And then so they pin him down against the floor where Artyom is hiding. He can like see him under the floorboards, and takes him away. And Artyom's like, damn it, they arrested him because of me.
And the guy that comes in, who does it, his name is Gleb Ivanovich, which is the brother of Boris.
Oh, there you go.
But we did find that out next chapter. So.
Yeah, and then Art has to stay under there as he listens to the prima donna and the guy make out.
Yeah.
And I guess that guy's a red, because he talks about, like, I gotta go kill people later. And then we can have sex.
Yeah. He's like, I'll be back later.
So he gets out of the theater. He calls in and he's like, cancel the operation. The Reds are not planning to take over the station. They've got famine at their checkpoints. And Dietmar's like, I don't care. You think this is new information? I already freaking knew that, dog.
Loser.
I'm invading anyway.
They're taking Piotr to Lubyanka. And I was like, what's that? Which I guess is a prison.
I guess. Chapter 10. Red. Artyom is gonna turn himself into the Reds.
Yeah, he gets arrested because he needs to talk to Peter. Yeah. So he's like, I have important information. Take me to your leader.
Take me to your leader. They throw him in a cell. They don't even listen to his urgent report because he's like, I have an urgent report. Don't ignore me. And so in his cell are two people that are important.
Yolka and Drew and Andreisha.
I didn't write their names down because I didn't know if they're going to be important or not. So,
well, their names come up later, like next chapter.
Kind of.
I was like, who? I'm like, I need a dramatist persona. I need like a list of characters because there's so many people in this book that, again, I'm like, are they important? Where were they from? What chapters are they in?
I thought when they kept that chicken guy for a long time, I was like, oh, he's going to be important. I'm going to have to know his name. But then they didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. And these two guys, they're going to be important for like the next couple chapters. And then you just never, ever have to deal with them again. So it's fine.
So she asks Artyom about life outside of the station. And because communist propaganda tells them that it's awful and that everyone's starving and like people get murdered all the time. And so she's like, was that true? And Artyom's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Also, they got arrested for like talking about the fact that people from the outside came down and the Reds killed them. That's why they got arrested. But Artyom's like, tell me where the outsiders from. And the man's like, I will never tell.
Yeah. Well, because they had another friend who just talked about religion and got arrested for it.
Yeah.
And
I think it's this guy's wife, because it's a husband and wife.
Yeah.
And this guy's wife was the one who was talking about the outsiders, so they both got arrested. So when Artyom's like, tell me where they came from, and he's like, no, and then the guards come to take Artyom to the comrade Gleb. He's like, you're gonna regret that you didn't tell me.
That's what I put, like, so Gleb, I was like, has the same clock as the psycho from chapter 5. I was like, brothers? Question mark.
Brothers?
He tells them, oh yeah, so he's like, oh, I need to talk to Peter. You have Peter. I need to talk to him.
I need to talk to him. You
important
got the
information.
wrong guy. He's innocent.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, Peter confessed to being the saboteur.
Mm-hmm.
And Artyom's like, no, you don't understand. Artyom is freaking fumbling this chapter.
Yeah.
He does not know how to deal with this situation at all. This is also the chapter before he turns himself in, because he's like, I'm fucked. I have to turn myself in for being a saboteur for the Nazis. Do I really care about this old man that much? Like, he's just doomed, because I have to know.
Homer, yeah.
I have to know what Peter is doing. And also, this is also the chapter where he says that I don't want to have Anna's kids.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, whoa, woof, dude. Like, specifically, he says Anna's kids.
Yeah.
Dude. Divorce your wife before you leave so she can find some other person.
Mm-hmm.
My God. Anyway, they were just looking for him. They weren't even looking for Artyom. Like, they didn't even know what Artyom was up to. They had no freaking idea. Artyom is like, he did not say it's me, because he's smarter than that. Right?
Artyom.
But he's like, what about the invasion of the Nazis? And they're like, what are you even talking about, the invasion of the Nazis? This guy got, like, dinged for being a radio guy.
Well, because it's like, oh, you're taking over the station and you're going to go to the Nazis. And they're like, no.
No. What are you talking about? And they're like, what bomb? Because he's like, what about the bomb? And they're like, what are you talking about, bomb? So he's like, please, please, please don't kill Peter. I need to talk to him, please. He knows about the survivors on the surface, and the major grabs Artyom, takes him to Peter, shoots Peter right in front of Artyom.
And then is like, how many people are in this cage? Was like, now there's 6. He's like, 1 bullet.
Basically was like, in the air of, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, what a bitch.
That's the psychopath brothers.
What a bitch.
And he, like, sort of puts it together because of the clock, not because they have the same name.
I don't know what Artyom's thinking, because he really beefed this one up, I think. Artyom is in shock, obviously. But he also tells us that he's a spy, and he's the coup.
He's like, I know Dietmar.
Yeah, and they're mining the passages right now, and Umbach is a Nazi agent Dietmar set up? Is that what he was saying? I don't know. I got a little bit lost. That's
Peter?
Yeah, that's Peter. Artyom agrees to help them, and they take him to the comms room, where Artyom's like, this is the frequency I was told to call in an hour later.
Yeah, and then they're like, call him now, tell him to take it off. But he also, Gleb, because he's asking about these people that came from the surface, and Gleb's like, there's no one on the surface.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're
crazy, man. Crazy.
He even asked the comms guy, he's like, so did you get any outside comms from the surface? And the guy's like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? He's not telling him shit, and they definitely know something. They definitely know something. So he calls Dietmar, and he's like, "This is my secret passcode." He has a gun to his head at this moment, by the way. Artyom says, "Cancel the operation," and then kaboom! Explosion.
I also wrote kaboom.
Nice.
So yeah, it got blown up because his bomb.
It was the bomb that he planted. Yeah. I thought he did it on purpose. Apparently, that is where he needed to put it anyway.
Yeah, so, supposed to put it in the theater.
Artyom dived, took the major's gun, threatened some guy named, I don't know who Shivalop is. Shivalop?
Oh, that guy comes up a couple times.
Who is that?
He was like the head guard.
Okay.
Because he talks about like killing him.
This guy is a sicko.
Yeah.
So Schnivelop or whatever. I'm sorry, but I'm also not, because this guy sucks. So disrespect on his name. Asking where the guy from his cell, he's like, where's the guy from my cell who told me about the survivors? The husband and wife team.
He's like, they're not going to tell you anything.
And then he lies, and he's like, they're not here right now. They've removed. And he's like, bullshit. Tells them, take him to my old cell. And they open the door. They're there. Artyom is like, come with me to freedom.
And they're like, no.
No, we won't, because, and Schnivelov over here is like, oh, they're just rabbits. Like, they'll do whatever we tell them to do. Rabbits, yeah. Then he fingers the lady in the cell, the guy's wife, right in front of him.
He's like, see, he's not going to do shit.
And Art's like, I fucking guess I can't, whatever. So
that's when he starts to like give up on people. But then the whole time, his whole thing is like, I need to get these people to the surface. Like, there's more out there for us. Like, this is a dying thing. We shouldn't be in this tunnel. Like, I need to save the people. And then,
but he hates the people. He doesn't care about the people.
He hates the people. But then you see these people who are conditioned, right? And this is where the whole political thing of like, they've been told that the free market capitalism, right, is lies, and they're like, oh, do you guys get food? And it's like, yeah, we just pay for it. And they're like, what are you talking about? I did see a
guy with a truck the other day that said like proud capitalist pig, and I was like, that guy is a nightmare.
I bet you that guy has to pay for diesel.
I bet that guy's a nightmare. But like he goes to the condemned people, and the condemned people are the same way, because they're like, because he's like, they're just gonna hang you, like you were in here to die. Be hung, and they're like, well, maybe because we didn't go with you, they'll forgive us.
Yeah,
and he's like, that's insane.
He's like, you just saw him shoot Peter right in front of you.
Yeah, that's insane. Anyway, like Snivellop is coming in, and he's like, ooh, they're rabbits, and Artyom's like, I'm so sick of this guy, and he shoots him twice and kills that guy.
And then he's got like, the gun, right?
He's dead. Come with me now.
Is he the one that has the revolver?
Who? Oh, maybe. Snivellop's?
Because the revolver comes up later in the book.
Yeah, I guess so.
And so he like took his revolver and goes to the surface.
Yeah, because the prisoners still won't go with him. Because he's like, look, I killed him. He's dead. Like, there's nobody here to stop you guys from leaving. And they're like, we're still not leaving. And he's like, what? Fucking whatever. And he goes and he gets the guns and he takes the handcuffs off. Because he's still in handcuffs, by the way. He's in
handcuffs when he gets to the surface. Like,
he takes the keys. Yeah. He takes the handcuff keys and he leaves. That mine that went off, Artyom plays, he was like, it was radio controlled, which is good that it wasn't timed. Anyway, chapter 11, debris.
Debris. So you can hear the battle down below. So the Nazis are coming in. He is on the surface without a protective suit. He's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah, he finally takes off his cuffs. He takes a little mental health break. Takes off his cuff. He goes outside without protective suit. He keeps looking around for the other stalkers and being like, I can just take their suits. Yeah. It's fine.
But then also he's like, better not.
But they're all gone. Like, they disappeared. And he's like, what happened to them? Where are their bodies? He keeps walking through. It seems like somebody took them, like the guys in the car, because there's no mutants anymore, right? So, like, he keeps walking, throws the revolver at the Kremlin, thinks, this is when he forgives his dad. He
thinks about his dad for the first time, and then he talks about how,
Artyom
I didn't really think all that much about my dad, except for, like, I had a negative opinion. I was like, how Oedipal of him to be like, my dad interferes with the thoughts about my mommy.
I now see my parents as real people, he says, as he's getting irradiated poisoning. It starts raining. He's, like, dancing around in the rain. He's like, I forgive my father, and I'm, I
can see him holding my mom's hand.
He must have loved her at once because they had me. And I was like, I don't know, dude, you're married in a loveless marriage.
Yeah.
And obviously he wasn't around.
Yeah, he starts having visions of how the world used to be. Like, he sees airplanes.
Yeah, he sees shit. And he's like, I don't remember seeing that kind of stuff. Marble and Jar, remember that. That's for the future. He goes to Brovitskaya station using a secret signal. A little secret stalker signal. They see that he's not in a suit and all wet, and they're like, the fuck? And they like use radiation monitor on him, and it's going crazy. And Artyom's like, call Miller. Call Miller. Tell him it's Artyom. They let him in, and they like give him a new outfit and all that stuff because he's obviously
the station is in a frenzy. Miller is ignoring him.
Miller answers. They actually do call Miller, and Miller's like, I'm too busy to talk to Artyom. Artyom sucks. And Artyom's like, there's an invasion. I'll tell you more in person. And Miller's like, fine. You can come meet me in person at the library. So Artyom gets to go into Polis to meet Miller. Miller is like talking to a whole Spartan crew at a tunnel entrance.
So we meet for the first time. Letyaga.
Oh, his friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Letyaga is a friend of Artyom, and he's like, hey, dude, I need to talk to Miller, but in private.
Yeah. Miller's not happy to see his son-in-law. He tells him about the fascists blowing shit up, trying to cut off the red line and take over the station. Miller sends half the guys to Revolution Square, and then half of them stay here.
He also thinks that Artyom is crazy pants.
Yeah, he talks to his friend, and they catch up. Miller calls Artyom into his office and is like, hey, is it Letyaga? Take this envelope to the Fuhrer. We gotta handle this situation. So Art tells Miller about the radio signals and the operator and how was killed by the Reds and like the Polar Dawn stuff, and he's like, you're a freaking schizoid.
Yeah, he talks about the Dark Ones again, but I guess Miller has already heard this.
Yeah, because he only told Miller and his wife. Miller tells Art that he hopes his wife / his daughter leaves him. And Artyom's like, yeah, I agree with you. And he's like, what do you agree with to swap your wife out for? And he's like, I want to go with my friend to meet the Fuhrer.
Yeah, on one condition, Miller lets him go on the team that's taking the letter to the Führer.
So that's his deal, to swap his wife out with. And nobody tells his wife, so they're not divorced. Well, so when he cheats on her again later...
So Miller does, after this, Miller sends 2 men to get Anya.
Great. Chapter 12, The Order.
So Letyaga is going too, and Artyom tells him about Homer. Letyaga thinks this is a suicide mission. Because he's like, because they're like part of the OG crew, and there's not a lot of them left.
Mm-hmm. And he gave him blood once, so they're like blood brothers or whatever the fuck. They meet with 2 volunteers. This guy's named Nightmulin and Yurts.
This is the one where everyone's talking about what they remember before going into the metro. And they're like, you're a baby. Like, you don't remember anything. You were born here. What are you talking about? You can't be in this conversation.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to remember if the
stuff that you remember on the surface
is a memory or if he had, like, a vision.
Yeah. So the Nazis won't let him in. Art's like, I have to talk to Dietmar. The stalker's back. Tell him that the stalker's back.
Yeah, he's like, I was on a secret mission.
Dietmar comes out. He's like playing dumb. He's like, the Fuhrer's asleep, dog.
He also pretends that he doesn't know him, which I think is so funny.
Dietmar turns to leave, and our boy Lagaya or whatever says that the letter's not from Miller. It's from Beslov. And he's like, okay, yeah.
And that got his attention. Like, Dietmar's like, oh.
If it's from that guy, then yeah, I'll take the message. But
this guy?
Only Artyom can come. None of you guys. Mm-hmm. Just that guy. And then, you know what's crazy is he's like, why did you take the letter if it's from this random guy named Beslov? And freaking Dietmar's like, I don't know who that is. And I was like, what? What kind of play is this?
Yeah, well, he pretended not to know who Artyom was. So.
Then who the fuck does like Letyaga think that guy is?
Letyaga knows who it is.
Who is it? Do you know?
Yes.
Who?
You'd find out who it is later.
Oh my god.
But he is from Metro 2.
Great.
Because he's Alexei.
I don't remember that guy.
That would be the chapter that you quit. They talk about him.
Alexei?
Yeah.
Is he in the first book?
No, he's in He Knows Sasha.
Cool. Dietmar takes Artyom into the station. The Fuhrer is not asleep. Dietmar asks him...
Yeah, he's just giving speeches.
Where did he plant the bomb? Because he asked him where he planted the bomb. So, like, freaking Artyom had to come up with that idea himself, right? Where he planted it.
It's like in the theater, like there it was.
And he's like, I'm going to double check your work, but I think you might be really good. And
we also
find out that the teacher's wife's in labor.
Yes, and
he doesn't get to see her
because he's about to be sent to the front, and he's like, "But I'm a school teacher," and they're like, "You'll need to write about this. But you still can't see her." And then we find out if the kid is mutated, which it is, they euthanize the kids.
Yeah,
which you find out later that it had a vestigial tail, which people are born with all the time. It's not that unusual.
Yeah, well, these are Nazis. Yeah. Dietmar is like, Homer is alive. Don't worry about him. I will take you to see him at Pushkin Station. Pushkin Station's where they keep all the mutants as slaves. Dietmar tells Artyom to give me the envelope, and Artyom's like, not until I see Homer. And Dietmar smashes a pistol into his face, takes the envelope, and there's pictures in there. And he's like, okay. And then he leaves Artyom there to become a slave with the rest of the mutants.
Who they're digging a tunnel.
Chapter 13, Living Spaces.
I did the same. And I was like, didn't he do this in the first book? Because this is when he got sold for the rat race.
Yeah, in the first book, he and this random guy like entered the rat race, and then they lost because it was like he lost his passport again, and he needed another passport. So then he entered the rat race, and he lost, and then they made him shovel shit, and then he just
like slave for like a year.
He wrapped himself in the shit and left because nobody wanted to deal with shit boy. And now he's doing this again.
So he is, because he has strength. His job is to carry the wheelbarrow, and so the
Homer
freaks,
is there, by the way.
and so is Lakoya.
And so is Lakoya. The
And-
gang is back together.
The team. So they're like digging out the tunnel, and it's Artyom's job to take
The
stuff in the wheelbarrow and dump it.
Yeah.
And also people, because people are just dying left and right.
Yeah. So Artyom tells Homer about that weird vision he saw, and Homer's like, "That's from my book, dude. Did you steal and read my book? Because they took my book." And he's like, "No, I didn't." He's like, "I'm not talking to you anymore because you freaking stole and read my book."
But he also tells him that Umbach is dead, but he did hear that there were people from the surface that came down.
Yeah.
So
and we also find out, this is where we find out that Sasha's actually alive.
Yeah.
Because then we find out that during his sexcapade,
she has white hair and she's 18, and this is where the book thing, he's like, oh, she gave me...
She told him about what she saw
or
something. I don't know.
She told him about the book.
Yeah. And so that's he's just having a delusion of what she explained to him.
So the vision was Sasha.
Yeah, the vision was Sasha.
Because also there's a part where he's like lying down, because they also eat this really gross stuff.
Slop, and then they sleep all on
like
top
for
of
4
each
hours,
other.
and he's like dreaming of her sleeping next to him.
Yeah, because he was on her knees or whatever, and she was rifling through his hair that's falling out, and telling him about the freaking whatever. So he just thinks about that when he's in his slop pile.
So he starts slowly to remember what happened, but he also expects Dietmar to come back anytime
to kill him.
Yeah,
straight up. So he's really worried about it.
And come to find out that he had died later that day.
Yeah, because like the teacher guy comes and asks for Homer, and Homer's like, "I'm not leaving without you, Artyom." And Artyom's like, "Oh, that's stupid. You should definitely go."
Yeah, because the Homer can't write, and the school teacher can't write. Like, it's like,
so Artyom's like, "Yeah, just like go with the teacher guy and then try to get me out that way."
Yeah, because Homer's like, "I don't want to write about Nazi propaganda," and he's like, "Do you want to stay here and die?"
And die in the muck? Yeah, okay. So before he leaves, he tells Homer like a short synopsis about the Dark Ones, right? And how he was adopted by them and how he destroyed them because he was scared. And Anna and Miller didn't believe him, but Homer's like, "I believe you 100%.
This is also, he's talking to the school teacher, and he finds out that the school teacher said his wife had a stillborn, which we know that
that's not what happened.
Means,
yeah, he's like, "Okay, that's a snippet of my story, but if you have to come back and get me, and I'll tell you the whole story later." So Artyom, day by day, goes by, and then eventually the Iron Legion shows up, which is the Reds?
The Reds. So he hears the guards talking about that the tunnel is going to be taken over, the tunnel that they're digging into. And so they are going to use the freaks as cannon fodder. Like freaks, every time I say freaks is like quote unquote freaks, because
the mutants.
Yeah.
Is mutants a nice way to say that?
No, it's the people it's their slaves. They're going to use their slaves because Lakoya's in there, Artyom's in there. They're not all disfigured.
Yeah, so they think so we got 2 people coming down the tunnel, attacking.
So like the Reds are coming, so we're gonna shove these slaves in front of them and then blow up the tunnel behind them because we don't have time to just close it. And then so they let them keep their pickaxes, and so they're supposed to fight the Reds. Come to find out,
the Reds are also slaves. They're like
the political prisoners that the slaves had, which is what Artyom tried to save, and it is the same people.
It's the same guys. So they're fighting each other. It's getting kind of gory. Nobody knows what's happening.
Also, it's so dark, and everyone talking at once. You get little snippets of conversation.
Yeah,
is so crazy.
Artyom puts bodies over him to pretend to be dead because it's like pointless. And he wakes up and like, they're all like yelling and crying and screaming and hallucinating at each other. He hugs a man. They cry together, and he dies. He's like, "Has anybody heard of that guy? What was his name? Zuev."
Yeah.
Zuev, which is the guy who like knew about the
people from above.
Who wouldn't tell him.
He hears a random voice in the dark about an outpost near a radio station that's on the surface, and then that voice just stops talking. Yeah. And I'm like, who is that? Do you think that that's Metro 2 people trying to get him to...
is there any more Metro 2 people?
No, like the government people. You find out there is a real Metro 2.
What? That's real?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Maybe. I don't know.
Because that's Veselov is from Metro 2.
Oh my god, is that Metro 2 is actually, it's not
That's
just
what
worm
the whole
people?
time I was like...
I'm gonna fucking explode. That's so fucking stupid. What? The government in Metro 2? Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, so you were talking about Metro fucking 2 being real.
Yeah.
But this guy wants to find this guy named Zuev, which I guess is the name of the husband of the guy that he was in the thing of. And they're like, he was taken by Hansa. And then eventually this other guy he runs into is like, the outsiders were not from Polar Dawns. They were at Boluskaya, and there's an outpost on the surface with a radio center to contact other cities. And he's like, oh, great, new mission for me. I get to go to Boluskaya and find out what happened. So then he's like, okay, now he's game mode. He was about to lay down and freaking die.
That voice disappeared. And then, who's next to him? Lakoya.
Lakoya, always there. Lakoya.
He's like, I'm not dying before you.
Yeah, so he finds a vent shaft and goes to the surface with Lakoya.
And he's like, come to me with the surfaces. Again, he's trying to get people to go to the surface with him. And only Lakoya and Homer are like, we're in, dude.
Yeah. So,
also, so the chicken makes it to the end.
So I guess the chicken was with the Nazis?
With the school teacher, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who gets the chicken.
Because Homer had the chicken, and then he got taken by the Nazis. And then they left it in the bathroom. So it has to be the school teacher.
They just left it in the school teacher's bathroom? That'd be funny. Chapter 14, Strangers.
Oh, the weird thing at the end of 13 is that he calls Lakoya his first apostle.
That is weird.
That is weird. Oh, Homer's not there, so it's just him and
Homer's
Lakoya.
not there.
Because Homer got taken by the school teacher.
Yeah. So just him and Lakoya. Weird that Artyom would say that. Absolute freak, God complex.
It was weird.
Calm down, my
because
guy.
Also, like, you went... In the first book, you had the weird, like, brother, whatever.
Oh, he had that religious thing.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another... We're going to get religious a little bit in chapter 14. And this is going to piss me off, so get ready for me being really friggin' pissy. This is when I stopped after this, so, like...
We've been pissy this whole time.
Look, if you like this book and you got this far, why?
Don't listen.
Why? Anyway, Artyom catches Lakoya up on the Reds in the radio center.
Oh, he also has a busted knee because he got shot in the knee.
Yeah, Artyom.
Yeah.
So
Lakoya has to carry him.
Yeah, he has to carry him, and they take him to like where the girl Sasha is.
So also he's calling him Zen at this point. I'm like, what?
I don't know what's happening.
That was weird because I don't know. He's like, I anoint you my first apostle. So yeah, he brings them to Sasha's station. Sasha remembers him, but won't tell him what happened last time.
Yeah.
She's like, don't you remember? He's like, no. She's like,
So this chapter, so he's like out of it, right? He's shot and he's trying to heal or whatever, and he's like out of it, and so we get interspliced. I'm just putting it away.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is your last chapter.
I'm putting my notes away, and I'm just telling you what I remember. Mm-hmm. So it's between her having sex because she is a whore.
She is a prostitute. I will tell you, like, sex workers.
Sex workers, fine. I have no beef with sex workers.
Oldest profession.
I have a beef with Sasha.
But the way that he describes sex workers is horrendous.
I have a beef with Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
She is so interchangeably between talking to Artyom and having sex with her clients.
This chapter was just gross because it was like they were not very nice to her. And
and so this is
was like paragraph her and a John, paragraph her and Artyom, paragraph her and a John.
And Artyom like falls in love with her and is like, oh yeah, we had sex that one time when I was high on worms, and then he has sex with her again, and his hair's falling out, and he's like, I wish this was like, this is so much better than when it was with my wife and all that stuff.
So she does shave his head, but she also has to tell her about Homer.
Tells about Homer.
And that he thinks that she's dead. And then we find out that they hung out with Hunter. And that's what the second book is.
Is she fell in love with Hunter. Hunter did not feel the same way.
Yeah.
And
but apparently Hunter tried to get with Anya, and Anya was like, no.
Dang. Should have been the other way around then. Mm-hmm. Maybe Hunter should have got with Anya. No, Hunter probably sucks. Hunter sounds like he sucks. He does suck.
Yeah, because he goes crazy.
He goes crazy and tries to flood a metro station full of sick people to save them and kills them all. and says that's why they thought that she drowned, is because she was in the metro station being like, "Don't do it, Hunter. They're just sick. There's a cure." I guess that's what happened in the previous
second book. Yeah.
Anyway, Sasha, this is annoying, is religious, but Artyom is like quoting the Bible to her at some point, and she gives him the cross, not religious. So she's like, "Oh, reading the book is for people who don't believe. If you truly have faith, you don't need to read the book." And I was like, nasty opinion, cult leader. Mm-hmm. What the fuck kind of talk is that?
I don't even remember that at all. I skipped through all that because I was like,
I read that. And I was like, because this is when I was listening to the audiobook, and I was like, I don't want to listen to this guy say this out loud in my ears. It's gross and creepy. So then I started to physically read it, and then that showed up in the book, and I was like, extra nasty. What? So Sasha, insane, stupid.
Oh yeah, no, she's very gullible.
Down for adultery. She like Artyom's not paying her.
Sex worker.
Yeah, but like he's not paying her.
But also she doesn't love him.
Doesn't matter.
So it's weird.
But she has this whole opinion. She has this whole opinion, which is why she's stupid, is that she's like, I'm helping these brutal, violent men not kill other people because they get to take it out on me and have sex with me. And so therefore I get to chill them out. It's so much better than having to shoot people. I like being this. I like this job so much because I get to cool them off. All these violent men, I get to chill them out.
But there's another quote
Men
later
are so into me, and I calm them down.
Out loud said, "Fuck you, Dimitri."
And I'm like, whoa, Sasha.
Yeah,
you're insane, and you're a terrible person, actually. And I hate you. You have very bad, poor opinions. And I don't think anyone can fix you.
His female characters are...
They're bad. They're very bad.
Poorly written. Mm-hmm, and I think it's just weird.
So, yeah. I don't like Sasha.
It's almost like he has it's the Madonna and the whore complex between the two women.
100%.
Yeah.
100% I could see that. Artyom's like, man, I wish my wife was a frail 19-year-old skinny blonde girl. Like, okay, Artyom.
Gross.
So now I can't hang out with Artyom. He's dead to me. Disowned my son. I can't deal with this anymore, and I stopped. So please go on.
So Sasha knows a stalker who can drive them to the station, or not the station, but the place they have to go to with the radio towers. They fuck. So disappointed in you, dude. Artyom is the one who burned off his tattoo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Sasha tells us that her master is Alexia Felixovich. And I was like, am I supposed to know who that is? And that is the guy that the letter was from for the Fuhrer. So I'm just going to call him Alexi because he goes by multiple names.
Okay. And he's from Metro 2?
And he's from Metro 2.
You fucking serious? Yeah. Why is the Metro 2 people having whores? I'm sorry. Sex workers.
Also, the doctor, so she shaves his head because he lost his hair, and the doctor tells Artyom that he only has 3 weeks left to live for radiation poisoning. And now we're on chapter 15. And we meet, Lakoya comes because, is coming because Artyom is such an asshole that he needs to be the buffer between him and the stalker. The stalker is called...
Oh, yeah, because she was like, I know a stalker. Like, I fucked a stalker before.
And he has a problem with...
And he has a car. So he's definitely...
With him being a client of hers.
Which is crazy. Yeah. She's a sex worker, my guy. Anyway, so yeah, she's fucked a stalker and knows him and can get in contact with him because he has the car on the front, which definitely means he's one of the guys who chased him down.
No, he's not. He's not. His name is Savali, I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know. He's short and older, and he drives a station wagon that they'll talk about his Japanese car. And I'm like, Japanese car? Station wagon?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let me look it up.
And I like also we get some pop culture references because he likes to listen to Prodigy, and he will also mention Lady Gaga.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
I was like, way to go, dude. Those are two very different.
Do you think that's like a localization thing, or do you think that's actually in the book, like in the actual version? Or do you think that's a localization thing?
For us, well, Prodigy is a German band.
Yeah, I know, but like still.
I was like, it's just so random, those two bands. Very different.
Yeah.
I guess both kind of could be techno-ish, but...
Oh, the techno with those Swedes and the DJs and the worms.
The worms.
They listening to Just Dance. Oh my god. Imagine Artyom high on worms and he just dance. Gonna be okay. And he's like, look. That's so stupid.
He's gonna be like, I'm on the deep end.
Yeah, Station are Japanese manufacturers.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. That's fun.
New things that we learned today.
I don't need to know that.
You get suits now. So cool. They are at the surface with suits. It's LaQuoya's first time on the surface.
Not really. Because remember, he was on the surface to take him to the station.
Oh, yeah, that's right. His first time in a suit.
Second time.
We find out that Alexei Felixovich is Besilov, and he works with Miller. Because Miller had the card to give to Artyom.
Oh my god. So that means that the Lagaga man knows that that Miller is Besilov. Your friend.
No, Miller's not Besilov.
Miller knows Besilov.
Yeah, but no.
So that's why
yeah.
Like the Baba Yaga, your friend, your bestie, knows that
he knows Besilov. He knows who he is, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, and so this is where he starts doing this red string conspiracy thing, where everything is connected, like the clocks, and then Besilov knows Miller, and like every group in the metro is not different factions. They're all connected as the same. They appear different, but they are the same. And this is where this whole thing...
This is the thing you're trying to find earlier on?
Yeah, where I saw this earlier and I was like, no, it'll be later. But,
okay. We still gotta wait.
So they're on Enthusiast Highway, which is the name of the chapter. And this is where people got stuck in their cars trying to leave because there was it's an 11 road. It's like a highway, but because it was so jam packed with people, they couldn't get out of their car. And so you just see all these cars with dead people in it. Okay. And they're trying to snake their way through to get to the station. Artyom thinks about going back to make amends in these 3 weeks that he has left. He's like, oh, I could go talk to my wife.
Somebody told him he had 3 weeks to live.
Yeah, the doctor at the STD doctor.
Oh, the STD doctor told him that. Yeah. Okay.
When he went back to see Sasha the second time. And so he's having all these thoughts about what to do with his 3 weeks left. And he decides to use it to save the people in the metro and not to go see his wife. And
I guess his wife doesn't count as people in the metro.
He does talk about her, about going and making amends. But he starts to see work equipment. And then they have to go back because they start seeing that it's like that means that there's people there, but they don't see anyone. And then they see the wind turbines, which is in the cover of the book. Okay. And so he's like, why do they need wind turbines? That means power. That means someone has to be up here. Because at first they're like, okay, there's this excavation equipment. Obviously that wouldn't have been here, during wartime. And then... Yeah, maybe. No. It could be. On that highway to move everyone out. Oh. So they go back a little bit to where it's at and they see a dog. And the dog leads them to a pit that's full of dead people.
That's in the game. You remember that?
Not just
because Artyom gets shot, or no, he blocks the bullet from two people, and then they get shot by Hansa or whatever, and they fall into the pit of dead people. Yeah, and you get out of the pit of dead people.
So the pit of dead people who are being eaten by dogs. Great. Because there's a lot of dogs there. Are people that built these wind turbines. So this is where we start seeing a little bit of the connection. So these people, and that's why it's from the Reds, is the Reds provide the manpower to make the power, and they just kill them afterwards.
Oh, are these the mutants? Are they also doing mutant things?
They might be. Some of them might be, but he's like, they look just
random. Yeah. Okay.
So that's where you find out that he's like, oh, well, when I was with the Reds, they said people from the surface because it's their own people.
Oh, interesting.
That went to go work and then came back, and then they were like, we just have to kill them.
Okay.
So they confirmed the conspiracy that that they were talking to people. They were taking people out of the metro to work on a project, and then they hear a truck, and he finds, and so they follow where the truck is going, or where the truck came out of, and it's the radio tower.
Okay.
So he then goes in and he shoots the 2 guards that are there, and he can't figure out how to turn anything on. Which...
Let me guess, he gets pissy about it?
Yeah, he's like, so for some reason, Lakoya knows how to do all this stuff.
Lakoya.
But so he goes to try to open the gate to get Tsvethol and Lakoya in, but then there are other people around that were in, so he ends up getting shot. Which he gets shot in the same shoulder twice. So he gets shot now in the shoulder because he's trying to open the gates for his friends. And so Tsvethol is a sniper. And so he's at his car and he's snipering the people that are shooting at Artyom. And so Artyom can't figure out the control board because he's just like smashing buttons.
Cool.
So he breaks the board and they're like, Artyom, come outside. Because in Tsvethol's car, the radio is on.
Oh.
And this is because he broke the control board. They start hearing sounds. And so he hears, this is St. Petersburg.
I'm pretty sure that also happens in the game.
Yeah.
Because you go save your wife. Couldn't happen in the book. Go save your wife, and they're like in a control room, and then like somebody shoots at him, but it shoots the board. And then the board like breaks, and then it goes off.
Because they're jammers.
This is St. Petersburg. Yeah.
And then it's in English too, so they're all saying this in English. And he's like, "This is Berlin. This is Kansa. This is," and it talks about the different people, and they're like, "English. That's weird."
We finally made it to the start of the freaking game.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So this is where we find out that the radio towers are jammers. And so he's been going up every day to listen to nothing. And you find out later that they know that he's doing that. And they just watch him the whole time.
Embarrassing.
Miller knows.
Of course Miller knows. Miller knew in the game.
Schizo. And he's like, you're such a loser. So chapter 16 is the final broadcast. Artyom wants to go back. He wants to go back down to the metro. Tsvethol wants to go home because he's from like the outside. And so Artyom also wants to go to tell his wife, but he settles on destroying the pylons, but the machinery has no gas.
Okay.
So he can't do it. But Tsvethol ends up coming back, and Tsvethol has diesel, and that's what he uses his car, which is what they need to use for the machinery. So he's like, yeah, I was going to leave, but then I decided to come back and help you guys out.
Okay.
But first, before that, there are people who come from Muron, Muron, and it's a man and his 2 sons. And they see them coming, and they're like, hey, we heard noises on the radio. And so we thought maybe you guys need help. And so they're talking to him. Arseny, Igor, and Mikhail. And they went to go see the metro. They live in a monastery. And he talks about, oh, yeah, we have cucumbers and tomatoes. And he tells them that the rain is what's toxic.
Artyom loved the rain when he was.
So he's like, that's what we had to. So Tsvethol is like, Artyom, you don't know how to drive an excavator. So I'm going to do it, and they're going to take down the pylons. And so he gets in it to go take it out, and then they're surrounded. And they're like, hey, we surrounded you. You guys need to leave. And Artyom's like, no, we need to destroy it. And they're like, and then we see Let Yaga, which is his stalker friend, comes and talks to him. He says, Artyom, like, hey, like, we know you. We don't want to shoot you. Like, let us in. Let me talk to you. We can make a deal. The Reds are out there, but they can make a deal. But we find out it's not the Reds. Like, it's Hansa.
It's Hansa. Oh.
And he's like, we know about the jammers.
This is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
God, this would be so embarrassing for Artyom right now.
Yeah, so Mikhail, like, so they're waiting for Let Yaga to come in to talk to him. And Mikhail, who's the guy from the monastery, is like, dude, you look 40. Artyom's 26. Like, that's how bad he looks. And the 2 sons were born after the war, so they their two sons are 17 and 19. So Letyaga comes in and just shoots all three of them.
Oh my god.
And says that they're spies. And he's like, Miller knows about this.
The three like nice people.
The three nice people from the
monastery.
They said they're spies. They're here. So he just shoots them all.
Letyaga, no.
Yeah. So Miller has countermeasures to exposure, and they're trying to convince him that
they have countermeasures to exposure, and they didn't bring this up with Artyom.
Well, Artyom is exposing it, so this is the thing. They're hiding it.
Okay.
And Artyom's all like, "No, the world's out there," and he's like, "Dude, they're talking to you in English. Those are the Americans, the people that we were at World War III with. This is not a lid; it's a shield." Because they still want to kill us and they don't know they're here. So we're saving our people by having the jammers. I was like, you bullshitters.
That is a bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, Miller says the war is not over and that exposure would put a target on them, which is why they have to have the jammers.
Oh my God.
So chapter 17 is all correct. So they drive away with Letyaga. And so Artyom has gotten immunity for all three of them. And they're in one of the big trucks that Artyom saw before, and someone else is driving Savili's car, which will become important later.
Okay.
And Letyaga says he's known for a year about this.
Oh, new to it.
And they didn't tell Artyom or stop his daily surface trips because he's family. Miller's like, he's family. Just let him keep going up there and exposing himself after Miller gave him such shit to expose Anya.
Does he what do you mean? Somebody stop him.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, he's exposing Miller? Your daughter.
I thought you cared about your daughter. Turns out you don't care about your daughter. What do you even care about? Why are you even mad at Artyom? Are you like playing fake mad at Artyom? Or you're like, I'm going to pretend like I'm so fucking pissed at him and that I hate his guts?
Miller's got serious issues, as we'll see as this goes on. So the quote I have is, everything around him turned fake now because everything that he thought is a lie. And again, this is the conspiracy where everyone is one group.
This was pissing me off in the game. Like, it happened so fast where Miller's like, yeah, I actually knew about it the whole time and I just let you fucking fuck around. And I was like, why did you do that? He's been doing this for like a whole year.
But he's like, so all of Moscow is staged in a decoy so that people were to like fly over or drive by, they would see it as being all destroyed. And it's not actually. It's like these roads colored glasses are coming off.
And so be like
I was like, Artyom is also
how this book would go if they told Artyom ahead of time and it would be like this big versus this freaking 500-page novel. Yeah.
Because this is like, we're
at the end.
400 pages in right now. So that's why I was like, Artyom's a little too calm about this. They know that he was stuck in the Reich. Because remember, Letyaga was there. They're like, we'll wait for you.
Yeah, that's right. When he went in, when Dietmar was like just him, and he's like, I'll wait for you, buddy.
Yeah, we'll wait out here for you. And so they knew that he was stuck in there the whole time, and they didn't come rescue him.
Yeah, even when he was shoveling stuff for the tunnel and being a slave.
For days, if not weeks.
For days, he was like, I'm sure my freaking friends will come get me.
Yeah.
No,
they knew. And...
because he's family.
Well, they were busy elsewhere because the Reds are in a mushroom famine because of the... it's probably mold. I think there's like a mold that's going against them. Okay. So they're losing a main source of food.
Then it's perfect to be on the surface and growing fucking tomatoes.
So they bring him back to Miller, and Miller tells him that it's Hansa who runs the jammers. The bodies in the pit are saboteurs and spies.
Okay.
And it's like, no.
But you said it was the Reds.
It is the Reds. So Miller is full of shit.
Okay.
And he's telling him things to make him think like, oh, this is...
Okay. I'm so lost.
Because everything has to be contained if you know about it.
So he's also still lying to Artyom? Yes. Oh my God.
I'm like, this is just so messed up. Miller must really hate this kid because they let him carry on knowing that he would get nowhere. Artyom confronts Miller about calling him a schizo. Because in the previous chapter we saw him, he's like, you're such a schizo. Like, there is no radio out there. And Miller says, you're untrustworthy because of the Dark One story. Because
he doesn't believe him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They are keeping the people blind in this rat race to save them, was my question. But it's all about power. You find out it's all about power. They could unite them against a common enemy, but chose to keep them ignorant. So they could have said, America's out there. America's our enemy, which they do later on in the book. Okay. But because here you have everyone's fighting everyone in this tunnel, right? You have the Reich going against the Red and Hansa and the Order and all of that. So they're fighting each other where they could have united against a common enemy. They decided not to do that. The envelope was an ultimatum, and it told the Reich to stop from the Order and Hansa. But then we don't ever really fully find out if that's true, because Miller is full of shit.
I mean, it was just pictures, so I don't know why the hell's up with that. I thought it was just going to be blackmail.
Or, you never know, because it was in Dietrich's pocket, or Dietmark's pocket, and he died. So no one ever saw it.
And Miller's full of shit, so I don't trust anybody.
So Miller offers Artyom his dog tags back to join, and so he's like, to go on the next mission. Anya's there.
Oh, Anya's with her dad?
Mm-hmm. Because two guys, as soon as he decided to give up on his wife, right, for that one mission.
Yeah. Went and got her?
Miller sent two guys to exhibition to be like, your husband doesn't want you anymore.
Oh my God.
I was like, and she's still like begging Artyom to come back to her.
Oh my God.
I was like, girl. You do find out later, she's got a sad story, and it's just sad. Artyom keeps saying no. I was like, he is absolutely a piece of shit. He tells her that he found someone new.
Oh my God.
Miller, that's when we find out Miller sent the two dudes, and that Artyom had set her free after the Reich deal. We learned, this is the sad part of Anya's story.
Okay.
Her father bathed her until she was 13.
Gross. Nasty.
This is where Miller, like...
Is Miller saying this?
No, she's saying this to Artyom. And that her mother purposely drank poison vodka because Miller would beat her every other day.
Oh my God.
So her mother killed herself. And she also said Hunter tried to hook up with her. And she just wanted a normal life without marrying such a psychopath, because she's surrounded by all of these people in the orders that like to kill people. And she's like, Artyom, you didn't like to kill people. So I figured I was safe with you.
Figured wrong.
Mm-hmm. But she still wants him back.
Don't, girl. You can find someone else.
I know. Or get with Fur Coat Dongsho.
Yeah.
So Artyom is now back in the Order, and they're given zinc boxes that are full of bullets, and they are going to go to Hansa on the front. But it turns out, so they're giving it to Alexia Filovich, which is Sasha's master.
Okay.
And Gleb Ivanovich.
Oh, Gleb.
Which is the leader of the Reds.
Yeah, okay.
This is the second psycho brother.
Mm-hmm.
He was having an affair with the theater lady.
Okay.
So he's like, we're giving these bullets not to Hansa. We're giving these bullets to enemies. And so, and the Reds killed his orders in the bunker. So we keep hearing about the bunker, which was why Artyom left, is because like half their order was killed because the Reds were supposed to come.
I thought it was Hansa was supposed to come.
Hansa was supposed to come, but they were fighting the Reds, and the Reds killed them, so now they're giving bullets to the Reds.
Okay.
And Artyom is like, fuck this.
Yeah?
He's like, how could you do this? So he freaks the fuck out, and this is chapter 18, Active Service, and starts shouting that they're helping the Reds. The colonel said to waste them. If so, Miller's like, if he does anything,
kill him?
Shoot him.
Ooh.
And so he knew he's purposely set him up so that he would do this, so that they would shoot him. But of course, Let Yaga is there, and so Let Yaga is going to protect Artyom. So he takes him, and they run away to the tunnels. Miller's men are following him. He's got Savelli signs up, as well as our boy.
Who's our boy?
What's his name? He's got the L name too.
Oh, Lakoya?
Lakoya also signed up.
Oh, for
For
what?
the order.
Oh, okay. He just wants purpose.
So we have Lakoya, Letyaga, we have Artyom, and we have Tsvethol.
Okay.
And so they're all running. And they run into one of the tunnels. Miller's men are following. Tsvethol gets shot, but he's still able to kind of make it like limping along. And they run and hide into this huge crowd of emaciated Reds trying to get to Hansa for food. Because remember, they have the mushroom famine.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just this tunnel is full of people. And so they're like, Emotep. But like mushrooms. Emotep is from the Mummy. But
okay.
they're all together trying to go to Hansa. Hansa's closed. And then the Gleb Ivanovich, he is going to use the cartridges that Artyom and Letyaga just gave them to kill all of these people.
Oh,
in the crowd that they're hiding in.
Great.
So they've got a big gun, and he uses all the cartridges, and he starts shooting all the people. Artyom tells the people to go to the surface. And as soon as he stops talking, they forget about what he was saying. Oh. It's like, we can go to the surface, guys. There's freedom up there. Surface. And then he stopped talking, surface. And they're like, mushrooms. He gets shot, of course. Again. The same shoulder as before.
That shoulder's done then. Dunzo.
It was the second time in a row.
Dunzo. How's his knee? His knee's fine, right?
His knee. He's walking on his own. So they start shooting at the people, and the back keeps pushing forward, though. So they can't even back up because the crowd in the back keeps pushing forward for the mushrooms. And then Gleb Ivanovich runs away. So as the crowd starts coming forward, because although they're shooting all these people, the crowd's still coming for them. And of course, they get to the soldiers that are up there, and the crowd like tears them apart.
Nice, eat them.
But Gleb ends up running away. Tsvethol gets trampled by the crowd. He's gone.
Tsvethol, yeah, that's okay.
Car guy is gone.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
A mom gives her 6-year-old. His name is Kolya, to Artyom, just like his mom gave Artyom to Suvoy. And so Artyom is like holding on to him, and she gets trampled by the crowd, so she's gone. Artyom has a thought like, oh, I must raise this boy to be strong, and I'm going to be a dad. And then like 2 seconds later, he's like, what am I going to do with a kid? Like, I can't go anywhere. Like, am I supposed to have this kid? Like, what's going on? So he's struggling a little bit with this responsibility.
Well, I mean, he didn't even want a kid in the first place.
No. The crowd, again, is pulling apart the soldiers. They're trying to get into Hansa. They get shot again, and remember, Artyom is holding this kid, and the kid gets shot.
Great.
So, dilemma solved.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Letyaga, Artyom, and Lakoya separate from the group. They're in the Hansa territory, and they get put in, like, this other room, while the Hansa guards are like, you guys can't come in, and they were also shooting at them. But for some reason, those three got moved to a different location. Artyom confronts Letyaga, who says he was just following orders because he's like, you're giving these weapons to our enemy, and look what they did with it. And Letyaga's like, dude, I was just following orders. I'm a soldier. This is what I do.
I'm a soldier.
And he's like, they were shot with our own bullets. Artyom is pissed. They go to the surface. No one else wants to come up with them. So it's just the three of them.
All right.
And Artyom picks up the revolver that he dropped.
Oh, like that he threw at the Kremlin?
Yeah.
Was not thrown very far.
They're going to go to the brothel for answers, because remember, Sasha's master is Alexei.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 19, What to Write. Artyom is dying, because remember, he only had 3 weeks left, and now he got shot again.
How long does he have? Has it been 3 weeks?
I think it's been like a day or two.
A day?
Okay. Because remember, he gets his 3 weeks left. They go up to the surface.
Yeah, okay.
I think all this stuff happened like a day or two. He has to be taken to Sasha, and he's not doing great. I put the note in here, so many typos, and that's because when they were on the surface, I always keep forgetting that guy's name, because Letyaga and Lakoya. So Lakoya got smacked in the face by a gun and lost a bunch of teeth. So his L's and R's become W's, and so it looks like there's a lot of typos, but it's
just Lakoya.
It's Lakoya's having a speech impediment now that he's missing teeth.
Aw.
The Reich is flooded.
Okay.
And so all of the Reich people are now at the brothel place, and a bunch of them died.
Makes sense.
So they're scattered around, and so we meet Homer and the school teacher and the chicken. The chicken has survived. So before he looks for Sasha, she's not at the house, at her room, I should say. I was like, and he thinks about his wife. Artyom tells Homer everything about like what's happening with the jammers and all that stuff, but he doesn't really believe him and says no one will publish this story, Artyom. So.
Wait, okay, so Homer's like, I totally believe you about the Dark Ones, super sick, man.
Yeah.
And then he tells him about the signal jammer thing, and he's like,
no one's going to publish this book.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what he tells Homer is that Hansa controls the jammers, and the Reds built it, and the Order protects them.
So Hansa built the jammers.
Hansa controls the jammers.
The Hansa controls the jammers. The Order
protects the jammers.
Protects the jammers.
So the car and the motorcycle that he saw
are Hansa. Or the Order. That's why they didn't shoot him.
That's why they didn't shoot him, because they knew who he was. And
Okay.
then the Reds are the ones that built it, and so that's why the Reds are in the pit, because...
The Reds built it, then Hansa took over.
Mhm.
And
the
then
Reds built it for Hansa.
For Hansa. So Hansa and the Reds are...
Yeah, they're all connected. Everyone works for each other.
Except for the Reich, who nobody likes.
Well, and I can't remember where... I think we find out later about the Fuhrer.
Okay.
So the Fuhrer's daughter, and this is an issue for the school teacher, and this will come up, is because the school teacher, his wife, we find out, I think in this chapter, his wife ended up killing herself.
Oh.
Because her child was killed, because it was a mutant, right? It had a vestigial tail.
Yeah.
But you find out the Fuhrer, which I think is what was in the envelope, was the picture of the Fuhrer and his family.
Oh, his daughter's a mutant?
And his daughter's a mutant.
Okay.
And so the school teacher, the rest of the book, it breaks him that the leader has been allowed to have his daughter, where the school teacher lost his and his wife because of it.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah. So that breaks him. Oh, so he's like, yeah, no one's going to publish this. So Artyom tells Homer to do what the original Homer did. He's like, then go tell it.
Mm-hmm.
Go tell the story. Don't write it. They go to Sasha's, but she's busy. Occupied. Homer has a real issue with her being a sex worker.
Okay.
Like a real issue. He tries to get her to leave her profession, and he ends up walking out. Sasha already knows all this stuff that Artyom is telling her.
Great.
Because of her boss. So Artyom asks to see her master, because he has the gun and he wants to shoot him. But and she keeps asking him if he remembers the first night that he was there, the 3 days that he missed.
Night.
Yeah. She says, you've already talked to Veselov. Alexei, you were with him for those 3 days, and he explained all of this to you. You already knew this.
Oh my God.
And that after talking to him, that's why you burned the Order tattoo.
Crazy.
Yeah. So because he didn't believe in the Order anymore.
Huh.
Because, again, Miller lied to him.
Yeah.
And then she hides him under her bed because he's fallen apart and she's got business to do.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 20 is Miracles, and it starts the first sentence, and he died.
Who died?
I was so excited, Artyom.
Oh.
But he wakes up, and he's having a transfusion, and he's been out for a week and a half.
Oh, he only got a week, 2 weeks, a week and a half?
No, because
he's got a transfusion?
He's got a transfusion. He's being cured because he is now in a bunker.
Oh.
He's no longer at the station. He's no longer in the metro. He's at Bunker 42, which was an old Cold War museum brought by a private donor, which is so weird. So he's like, the sickle and hammer is everywhere, right? Cold War stuff. Communism. Brought by private money. I was like, the irony.
Okay. Interesting.
And so they bought this bunker, and they turned it into a Cold War museum. So that's why you see the hammer and the anvil and the sickle. And then Alexei Filovich, which was Sasha's master,
Mm-hmm.
walks him around and gives him a tour.
Great.
And when he first sees him, he wakes up and he's having this transfusion and he's naked. And the nurse is like, oh, you're feeling better? We're glad to see you awake. He gets up and walks out. And he's just like balls to the walls.
All right.
Walking around with no pants on.
All
And she's
right.
like, do you want some pants? And he finally sees Alexei Filovich, because remember he saw him when they gave him the bullets, so he knows who he is. And he's eating next to this man. They're eating salad and drinking little shots of vodka. And they said he looked like a hog, I think. And I was like, is that an animal or is he describing a person? Because
the guy, like the
guy
Alexei?
that's sitting next to him.
Oh, no, the other guy. Looks like a hog?
Yeah. And so, he's like, oh, Artyom, welcome. He's like, I see you've got no clothes on. And then the waiter that brings him his stuff, he makes the waiter take his clothes off and gives his clothes to Artyom. So now Artyom is walking around in waiter's office.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So he's telling him, like, he's walking him around, but he's telling him stuff. He tells him that all 4 groups are the same. And they keep them in the metro because if they left, there would be no more Russians. So he's like, that's why we have the people in the metro, because who are we without our people? Because they would just go off.
Because they'd leave?
Yeah, they would leave. And then we wouldn't have...
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So it's all about control. They would lose control and identity. And he says, outside the metro, we will no longer be a people. We will stop being a great nation. And so that's why they keep them in there.
This sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
They kept them from being, quote unquote, invaded by pitting them against each other.
Oh, yeah. Fight from within.
Yeah. So he's like, we're the rogue middlemen we pit them against each other, but it was these rogue middlemen that made it violent. It was these Ivanovich that...
Okay. The brothers?
Yeah, that put forth violence.
Oh, sure. It's not us.
For each group. These people that are striving for power. And then he tells them the Dark Ones were helpful, but their destruction caused the violence. Because everyone had the common thing against the Dark Ones, right?
Oh, that's right.
And so when Artyom killed the Dark Ones, he killed their common enemy, and so there was infighting. So this is all Artyom's fault.
Okay.
You loser.
Well, I mean, it's Artyom and the Order's fault.
And this is where we get a little bit of a breakdown to find out what's your personality type, ready?
Ooh, a quiz? A BuzzFeed quiz?
He's like, we created the widest possible product range from groups to choose from.
Oh.
If you want to massacre freaks, the Iron Legion is recruiting. If you dream of free rations and common cause, run to the Red Line. If you don't believe in anything and just want to do business, immigrate to Hansa.
Is that my 3 choices?
Mm-hmm. Are you an intellectual fantasizing about the Emerald City and wear a hole in the seat of your pants? In Polis.
Polis isn't a faction. You mean
that's
Order?
where the Order is.
Okay.
And that's where the intellectuals are, remember, because that's the library.
The Smarties.
Yeah. So those are your 4 places you can go to.
Mm.
Are you violent? You want to murder people?
Are you violent?
Nazis.
Are you hungry?
Free rations and a common cause? Red Line. Don't believe in anything and just want to do business? Hansa.
Okay.
Intellectual and Polis.
Intellectual and Polis.
Yeah. So he also, as he's walking around, he sees this wax figure of Stalin.
Nasty.
And he's like, it looks real. And he touches it's like bent over a desk. It was so weird.
Oh my God.
Artyom keeps talking about the freedom of the surface. And Alexei's like, there's nothing like up there. Like, how are these people going to survive? Like, freedom to do what? There's no food up there. How are you going to get food?
There was tomatoes. These guys had some.
But they said that they were spies and the monastery wasn't real, which I don't believe.
I don't believe.
Yeah.
I think you could. I mean, there's more space.
There is more space.
You could farm better. You don't have to eat just
But
mushrooms.
you'd have to begin civilization. And
That's fine.
Not for a lot of people.
Well, then they can stay in the metro and the other people can go up.
But also, it's like, okay, so Artyom, you want to take people to the surface. You have to give them someplace to go. You can't just be like,
we have to
let me open the door. Yeah.
A little base.
And then start bringing people one by one. Like,
that's true. Yeah. He just thinks everybody's like him.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
But also, he needs people. He can't go on his own.
He can't do anything on his own.
Yeah.
He couldn't even work the radio.
So he's like, come, because every time he's like, come with me. And he gets Homer. He gets Lakoya. He gets Letyaga. He gets like somebody else to come with him the whole time. and so he can't just be like, I'm going to do it on my own. He needs a team.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't just stay on that surface that one time he forgave his father and danced in the rain, because I was like, why did he need to go back down there? For
He
Homer?
had to go free. Yeah, it was for
Homer, I guess. Yeah. Because I was like, it sounds like he'd just be like, I'm just on the surface now. This is where I live.
Mm-hmm. But he needs other people around him.
A little socialite, a little extrovert.
So Alexei says that the bunker people, and that's the Metro 2 people, because those are the well-off people, that they are the silent observers. Mm-hmm. So they go in and look at like the different groups, and so all of the Metro 2 like lore is Bunker 42.
Oh my god.
Which 42 is?
The Secret of the Universe or whatever. I did just read Hitchhikers.
And I was like, of course it's Bunker 42.
It's a reference.
Yeah, so the bunker people are just the invisible ones observing. And so Artyom says that he's going to tell everyone, and Alexei says, who will believe you?
I mean, even Homer was like, nah, don't.
No, this is not profitable. Who's going to buy this?
Which is crazy that he, like, the Dark One story that he told.
Because it's fantasy, and he'll talk about it later when he turns into an asshole about people need a fable.
Ah, no, no.
So chapter 21 is Comrades. They black bag him, and they're going to bring him back to the brothel station, to a tunnel where men are just lined up to have sex with women.
Why?
And they have numbers on their hands in an orderly fashion.
Why does this Bunker 2 guy own a prostitute? Because he's a gross, slimy little pig man?
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay.
So Artyom talks to himself. He's given himself a pep talk in this tunnel of people having sex about how he's going to show them with his team of misfit toys, Homer, Lakoya, and Letyaga. And then he keeps talking about these sex workers as sluts. And I was just like, F you, Dimitri.
Is Artyom bringing this
Artyom
up?
is talking about this.
Artyom.
But he's like,
you fell in love with one of them.
He talks about the fact that these men were forced to do violence, and so they're allowed to do violence on these women. Ugh. And I was like, you keep calling them sluts and say that these men have the right to rape them.
That's what Artyom is saying?
Yes.
What?
I was like, is this horrible and sickening, and fuck you, dude.
Fuck you, dude. What the hell?
So then he goes to Sasha's.
I mean, that was my beef with the argument with the Sasha lady. Because she was like, these violent men, they can come and, take it out on me. And then, like, they won't be as violent later. And I'm like, girl, nah. Girl, nah. What? No. Don't have that mindset.
It's the very, like, incel mindset of, like, women are just there to have sex with. Like, fuck you, dude. So he goes to Sasha's, and she's occupado because she's working. And so he beats the man in the head that she's having sex with the gun, which is empty.
Okay.
She said, Alexei is my master. I love him. And he's like, why are you here then working? And she enjoys it. And also she's like, does it get Alexei off? And she's like, kind of. Also, he's like, is he going to take you to the bunker? And she says, yes, but I gave up my trip for you so that you could get better.
Okay. So
eventually she'll go to the bunker, but
she has to work for it?
She was supposed to go. Like, this time when Alexei came, he was supposed to take her, but she said, take Artyom instead.
Okay.
But yeah.
Is she supposed to stay in the bunker? Is that the point? Because they didn't keep Artyom. Well, they got black-bagged.
Yeah.
So is she supposed to go? Is she supposed to go to the bunker to have sex with him and then that's it? Or is she supposed to go live in the bunker?
She's supposed to go live in the bunker eventually.
So she didn't really give up her spot.
No. Well, unless, I don't know. It was weird.
I don't know, dude.
Then she also tells him that the order took his friends.
Right.
Yeah. So he's like, come with me. She's like, no. I love Alexei and I like being a sex worker. He doesn't understand, and he gives her back her cross and goes to find his boys.
Okay.
The boys. He steals a raft to go through the Reich because the Reich's flooded. Mm-hmm. So he's like having lonely raft time.
Okay.
He wants to talk with Miller, but then gets thrown in the security booth with his boys and the school teacher.
Oh, the school teacher's here. Great.
Because he was hanging out with Homer.
Yeah.
Because they're book buddies now.
They're buddies. Besties.
He tells them everything. The school teacher is upset about the Fuhrer's daughter. This is that she has no fingers. Anya shows up. And I was like, I fucking hate this man.
Uh-huh.
He's like, doesn't say, oh, hi, I miss you. Because he keeps talking randomly in chapters about her, his wife. And he's like, oh, Anya's here. I want to talk to your dad. Not like, hey, I miss you. Like,
No, he
how are
doesn't
you
like
doing?
his wife. He doesn't like his wife. We already know this. He loves her dad.
So they're like, you're getting a Comrades court, so everyone's going to hear it. He's like, good, I have something to say. And he makes a plan that he's like, I'm going to tell everyone. And then at Chekhov Station, they make pamphlets, right? Because the school teacher was making a book so they could publish it. So
Yeah.
He's like, oh, do you think the printing press is still at Chekhov Station? And Homer's like, oh yeah, I think it is. So he's like, Homer, you can go write me stuff for the pamphlets to tell everyone what's happening with the jammers and like they're still alive. He's like, the common enemy can be those bastards in the bunker. Like,
I guess.
yeah, they're turning us against each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get them.
So they take them like one by one, and then they take Artyom, and he's like mouthing off, so they put tape over his mouth so he can't talk.
Okay.
And so they have it's Artyom and Let Yaga who are there to be like put on trial for execution for like bailing.
Okay.
And they have unfortunately Lakoya is also there because they're new recruits.
Oh.
But they let Yaga speak first. And at first he seems like he is turning on Artyom because he's talking about all the crazy stuff that Artyom's talking about. But then he tells them how they gave bullets to their enemies because it's all the people in the order that are there. And he's like, they made a deal with the Reds and gave them bullets. And then he gets shot in the head.
No!
So he starts to do, at first he's like, Artyom's crazy, and he's looking for these signals and all of the stuff. This is what happened. And then he's like, and so they're listening to him, and because Let Yaga is their boy,
yeah,
and he's like, then we betrayed our people by giving
That's smart. That's smart of him to like start off
at
with
first,
the,
like
what
Artyom
you want to
was
hear.
So pissed.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, and then shot right in the head.
No. Yaga.
So there is now a division in the order where there's Miller's men, and then there's like
the
Let Yaga's crew. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they're fighting. Artyom is taken away with Lakoya and Homer. And the opposition is Miller's men. And so as they're trying to leave, the Miller's men are there, and they have Anya. And they've like ripped her shirt open, so she's like
tits out.
And they're like, we have your wife. She got black eye, and they're like, we're gonna rape her unless you come back with us.
Oh shit!
So I was like, that's her dad's guys.
Yeah.
And now you know why she had to get away from the order.
Fair enough.
Because what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
This Anya's the only.
Yeah, Anya's the only real one.
That's crazy. So he does, and he tells Lakoya and Homer to go make the pamphlets. He's like, so Lakoya's supposed to go to the brothel and wait for Alexei and to break into the bunker. And he sends Homer to Chekhov to go print the pamphlets to tell everyone.
Okay.
So they're gonna like blackmail like Alexei and like Lakoya's supposed to go and like grab Alexei. Got it. So that was the plan.
It seems like a
Team
bad plan.
break. And so now Artyom's with Miller.
Okay.
And the other two minions are supposed to go do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So chapter 22, we're getting close to the end, guys. This is the longest podcast ever.
Yeah, we might hit 3 hours.
This might be a 2-parter.
Maybe. We'll see.
So chapter 22 is called The Truth. And I was like, where is Anya?
Yeah, where is she?
She was taken by the Let Yaga's people. So she is safe.
Oh, good.
You find out later she is safe. Yeah.
That's good.
So they have Artyom, and Miller keeps trying to call Beslov, who's Alexei.
Mm-hmm.
He says Besilov, but I'm just going to call him Alexei. And he's not answering the phone.
Can't come to the phone right now.
No. So Artyom is there with the school teacher still. And the school teacher keeps talking about his kid. And this is where we find out he was born with a tail and why that's why the kid was killed. And then you have a priest, a soldier, and a civilian come in to tell Miller that they are calling the Council of Polis. And get your shit together, dude. Like, look what you did to our city. We gotta chit chat about this.
Someone's gonna get fired.
So Artyom, this whole time that they're waiting, he's got tape on his mouth still. So he thinks of Anya, and
then how did he tell them the plan?
Well, they retaped him.
Oh, yeah. They retaped him. Okay.
Shut up, dude. So Artyom thinks of Anya, and he says he loved her because she loved him. And when she started to cool, he lost interest. But I guess he loves her again because she still loves him. I was like, I hate this man.
Okay, so he was like, I don't love my wife anymore because she obviously is mad at me and doesn't care.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to go fuck with somebody who... Does she, like, fucking, what's her name, doesn't even care
Sasha.
about you either.
Yeah, she's kind of man.
And so, and then he's like, oh, I guess my wife does really love me, so I love her.
Like, and he keeps saying, like, oh, I wish he would have told me the trauma about her mom before. I'm like...
I mean, maybe that could have worked out. So stupid.
So the council assembles. Timur, who is friends with Letyaga, shows up. And that's... Timur had Anya. And Besilov shows up, and he looks like he's been taken hostage by Lukoya. So Lukoya is walking with Besilov, which was what he was supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
But they walk in together to this council, and it's a closed room council. So it's Miller, Timur. You find out there is someone called the Council of Polis, and Besilov. I think I already said that. And so they come out to speak to the people that are in the city, and they're just spewing propaganda about how the Americans are still alive, and yes, we had radio, but they're the jammers, and we did that to save you. So this is what he's telling everyone in the metro. So that is the closed door meeting. That is what they talked about, and that's what they came up with.
They're saying the common enemy is the Americans.
Yes, and we have to stay in the metro. That we were aware. We have jammers to protect us.
Okay.
The West is still alive. He just learned, the counselor Polis just learned this. I was like, bullshit. And that they are a threat to them. Timur comes out and says Miller will step down and they will vote on a replacement who will protect Polis. Artyom rushes Miller because remember he's in a wheelchair. And he like knocks him out of the chair, and they're trying to put Miller back in the chair, and he's like, you and Anya, that ungrateful bitch, should be hanged. Remember, that's his daughter.
Who is rushing Miller right now?
So Artyom rushes Miller and like knocks him out of the chair. And as they're putting him back in the chair, Miller is like, you and that ungrateful bitch, which is his daughter, should be hanged. Lukoya comes out with Besilov, who is so Lukoya is now working for Besilov. Because remember, what is his original job?
For Miller?
For Lukoya.
Lukoya? He's a broker?
He's the broker. So now he's Besilov's or Alexei's broker.
Oh.
So now he works for Sasha's lover.
Oh my god. Okay. Lukoya is just like...
Yeah, he's an opportunist.
I guess so.
And yeah, so Lukoya is now working for Alexei, also known as Besilov. And Artyom is like, what the fuck? Like, you were supposed to go take him hostage. And he's like, a guy's got to work. Like,
oh my god, Lukoya. First the Reich. Then Miller. Mm-hmm. Now this guy. Yep. You whore.
So Timur ends up getting the school teacher, Artyom, and Anya out. And so he goes, he says Anya's waiting. Artyom says he needs to go to Chekhov to find Homer. But Homer is there because he's in Polis and they're giving him his own cell to write in. So the two people that he sent off to be like the saviors of the metro have been essentially bought out.
Oh my god.
To turn on Artyom.
Classic. Except for his wife.
Yeah. So Homer is getting a cell to write in, and he and Artyom talk, and Homer says he's too old to be a revolutionary, and besides, who would buy it? So people already know the truth. He wants to write nice things like a hero's quest for Artyom, so everyone will remember him, and his name will be on it. He just wants to be published.
Oh my god.
And Artyom's like, the fuck? He cracks. No one wants to... there was Alexei Veselov gave the metaphor of the Hydra, where all of the different heads are the different factions, but they're all controlled by the same beast.
Yeah.
And Artyom at this point is like, no one wants to defeat the Hydra. Like, because this is this whole, like, hero quest, Hercules metaphor. So he just says, no one wants to defeat the Hydra. They just want to be one of the heads, right? It's all about power.
Okay.
Anya shows up. Artyom says, take me to the surface. Last chapter.
Okay.
So Timur, Artyom, and Anya, and the school teacher, they go to the surface. And up at the surface, they find...
Nothing?
Savelli's car.
Oh, Savelli's car.
It's the station wagon. And so Timur's like, they're being chased out. And Timur's like, oh, those are our people. Like, I'll just talk to them. It's okay. And Artyom is like, get in the car. And so they all get in the car except for Timur, who gets shot.
Which one's Timur again?
He's the Yaga's guy. He's part of the order.
Okay.
So because he had them leave.
He let them leave, so he got shot.
So he's dead.
Oh.
And so they're driving away in the station wagon.
It's just him and Anya, right?
And the school teacher.
The school teacher's with them?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
And so they're doing maneuvers to try to make sure they're not being... because they're
while they listen to Lady Gaga. Bad romance.
And they end up going to the exhibition station. So we end where we begin.
They go to exhibition station?
Yeah.
I thought they were just going to stay on the surface.
Nope.
They're going to... For
He's
what?
going to save the people of the metro.
Oh my god, dude. I thought you would just leave with your wife and this random guy.
So they knock on the door and they come down, but it's like late at night. And the guy was like, dude, do you know what time it is? And he's like, just let us in. And don't let anyone in after us. He's like, I wasn't going to. Mm-hmm. And then him and Anya, I guess, are back together. They all go to bed. They find a room for the school teacher. The next day, Sukhoi kills a pig in their honor, and they're going to have a feast. Artyom tells them what's up, and that they have to go to the surface. Everyone has to go to the surface. In the middle of the feast, there's someone that comes to the border, and Sukhoi has to get up. And it's Hansa, and they want Artyom. And Artyom's like, no. He's like, let's just all go up to the surface. And Sukhoi's like, to do what?
Yeah.
Like, these people, I'm in charge of these people. I have to take care of these people. And he's like, well, how long can we live without? Because Hansa's like, we're going to close the station off. Because exhibition is the last line. It's like off of the main thing. And they're like, we don't have mushrooms anymore. All the mushrooms are gone. So we have to get feed from Hansa for the pigs in order to survive. So we get the stuff from Hansa. So we're now dependent on Hansa.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, so we won't survive. At this point, Artyom tells the people of the station about the surface, and he pulls a Jerry Maguire. Who's with me?
So
and just like in Jerry Maguire,
no one?
One. The girl. Anya. Anya's like, me. And then the kid from the very beginning, who somehow is still alive.
Cool.
He's like, Mom, I want to go. And she's like, no. Quit telling all these lies to my kid. And he's like, but I want to go. Because he's out of the hospital now. I don't know what's up. But his mom won't let him. And then Artyom tells him all to fuck off. He's so pissed. He's like, I did all this stuff this whole time. What the hell? So Sukhoi has to stay to protect his people. Yeah. He's the leader. And so he can't go with them. And he's like, what about you, school teacher? And school teacher's like, someone has to tell your story.
Okay, whatever.
So he's going to tell the story. And so Sequoia and the school teacher go up to the surface to see them off. They're going to obviously take the car and leave, just the two of them. And the very last part of it is someone's watching the car leave, and then they let them go. And then they are going to go to where Anya's mom was originally from.
Okay.
So that's the plan. And that's the end of that story.
All right.
Like 3 hours later.
Oh my god. All right, our next book. I decided to go with the Star Wars Outlaws book, Low Red Moon, that I got at Powell's when I was there. I didn't know. In fact, it's brand spanking new, because you can tell because I bought. You can't tell.
It's hardcover.
It's hardcover.
Who's it by? Mike Chen?
By Mike Chen. And so I didn't know there was a Star Wars Outlaws book.
Oh, I don't know either. Is it
not this year?
It's not the...
It's a prequel.
It is. It's a
prequel.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, but I was told
Jalen Barsham.
you have to have played the game because there are going to be major spoilers in this prequel. So I have to finish the game. This is kind of like
Is this going to be another 2-monther for us?
Force me? Maybe. It's kind of a chunky book.
It is kind of a chunky book.
It's going to force me to finish the game because I got like
I did it.
halfway.
It also
through.
was a if you're a PlayStation Plus member, it was like last month's game.
And you know what? I kind of want to listen to a Star Wars audiobook because they're so good.
Sound effects.
They're so good. So yeah, Star Wars Outlaws Low Red Moon is our next one. This might be another 2-monther. We'll see.
Yeah, because this is like 360 pages.
Which is not as bad as the 500 pages we just did. I went through 360 pages alone in Metro. All right. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Hopefully this one's better.